everyone, and welcome back to the second live stream from the Edgar Allan Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. You have joined tonight Castle Mac and our friends from the museum itself for a wonderful adventure written by the Arcane Library. You guys excited? Say hi, everybody.
Absolutely.
Hey!
All right.
We shouldn't look so happy.
There's no cicadas tonight, so we're kind of bummed.
Oh,
the
man.
cicadas are here to
They were everyone's
keep us
favorite
company.
part.
Hopefully the bats will be back.
Bats, the mantis, car horns, car alarms, drunks.
Yes.
If you didn't download your bingo sheet yet, you can to hear all the sounds. Next time we'll do a bingo sheet. All right, we're gonna go right now. Get this adventure kicked off. This is the Valley of the Gilded Tower by the wonderful Arcane Library, who was supposed to join us tonight, but unfortunately she got really sick over the week and had to bail last minute. So hopefully next time when we round out the trilogy, Kelsey can join us.
Mask of the Red.
Matt, she has the Mask of the Red Death right now. So. All right, we'll see you all in just a second. Viewers, I hope you're ready to embark on a tale of the macabre. One quick note, the goal for tonight is to help this cultural touchstone here in Richmond, Virginia raise some money. So to that end, every single bit that you donate tonight on our channel will see its way to the Poe Museum, where there's a direct impact on people's generous donations. So we absolutely love this place. In fact, Raven and Sean were here Thursday night. I wish I could have been, but I was super sick, and to that point I may be coughing some during this, so I apologize. But without further ado, let's get this thing started. Our tale begins 3 weeks after the death of Baron Rennet's beloved wife, Eleanor, in a grisly scene at Moldavia Manor. In the intervening weeks, the renowned blood hunter Zante de Carrillo has taken young Jenny under his wing. Her training will begin in earnest in the coming weeks after an intense physical regimen where she will learn how to subject her body to the horrors required to hunt monsters. Financed, of course, by their friend, the Kinku Words of Truth. Madeline, the Shatter Kai with an ancient secret, continues to brew her potions and provide her knowledge of the arcane to those with the coin to finance it. The formerly disgraced Dr. Tar finds himself back on his feet thanks to the renown gained by the Baron's trust, where he can once again explore the dark recesses of the human psyche. Morella, tortured and childless, spends her evenings roguing around town. In the last 3 weeks, there's been a rash of minor break-ins and thefts, probably unrelated. And finally, the dark and beautiful Ligeia. What she occupies her time with, people aren't entirely sure, but no one dare ask her, lest her large, shining eyes gaze upon them and send them to fits of madness. Our heroes, if you'll allow me to use the term, have been summoned by letter, wax-sealed, back to the Baron's side. As loyal subjects of the Baron, naturally they obliged. When they arrive at his sweeping estate, they're quickly ushered to his private chambers. Mourning black drapery covers the entire room. Thick curtains have been drawn closed. and 3 doctors tend to him. Their long, shiny, plague doctor masks bear the resemblance of a raven's beak, and their layers of thick, dark cloaks give them an even further otherworldly appearance. Upon seeing you 5 enter, the doctors gather their instruments, eyeing you suspiciously, pack them up, and step away from the large bed. The Baron weakly forces himself up, his face gaunt, and his eyes wide and darting. There! I told you! Lion made man! Smiles weakly. He gestures to a polished brass urn on a small bureau. There she is. What's left, anyway. You're probably wondering why I've summoned you. I must ask you. If I told you I'd see her, would you think me mad? Dr. Tar, am I mad?
Certainly, yes, you must be.
Only the madness of grief, I can assure you. But I do see her, and I hear her voice. And these damnable doctors, they puncture my skin and put tinctures in me, and it doesn't make the visions go away. She pleads, you see. She begs me to be returned to her family. Am I mad? I must be.
There are ancient texts that we have in the Templar Order that say the lines between life and death are shadowy and vague at best. Who's to say where one begins and the other ends?
Indeed. I thought they were but dreams at first, but I started seeing her even in my waking moments. Moments I was sure I was awake, and then not so sure. Grief of that magnitude. I don't know how to function anymore, but I know that her pleas, her last wish, she just wants to be with her family. And mad though I may be, I think in her memory I should honor that. And that's why I've summoned you here.
I have nothing but respect for a man that adores his wife that much.
It was reciprocated. That's what made our love so special.
That's probably why you can hear her now.
Yes. I like to think she reaches out to me, not to drive me mad, but to truly ask me this final favor, this final duty that I, as a husband to her, can provide. But it is unnatural. I haven't been sleeping well. Are you familiar with the Painted Valley? It's about 2 days west. I think you may well be. Any of you who wish to be could be. If you're proficient in nature or history, I'd allow it.
I feel like I could, pass through there for some medicines or things like that.
Yeah, so you know a little bit about the Painted Valley. Go ahead.
My cousins live there.
On the outskirts, of course, yes. It's a lush, green valley, largely uninhabited. A lot of it's wilderness and frontier, but it's also relatively safe. It's kind of renowned for, you can travel through there relatively safely. It's not like some deep, dark wood where people go missing and stuff like that. It's kind of this pleasant little place. Well, people, you see, they used to be there, but she was tragically the last of her line. So House Lorelania has fallen into ruin. Her people there, they have a mausoleum. Must be 3 decades nigh that it's been untouched. I'm willing to pay you handsomely to return my wife to her mausoleum and lay her to rest per her wishes.
Then you're certainly not crazy. For money, you are whatever you want to be.
Of course, the good doctor would say so. Name your price, sorceress.
It's only because, it seems like it'd be a lot of money to pay all of us when you could just ask one person to do it.
Of course, but you were the ones who found her. You words of truth, who I have on another important task right now. I trust no one more than I trust you five.
And the five of us would be getting...
We can discuss your compensation. I do have a keep on my northern borderlands that is currently unattended. You could split it 5 ways, set up your operations there if you'd like.
I only require a dungeon.
There are dungeons.
And maybe an attic for that one. She likes to wander around.
Are there any ancient texts in the keep?
You know, I'm unfamiliar, but I can talk to my arcanist and see what we can find for you.
Can I talk to your arcanist?
Absolutely, of course. It would be my privilege to assist you all in furthering your own aims, if only you'd be willing to help me with this final wish of my darling wife.
My great Baron, and perhaps Madeline or Lady Lygia could tell this better. To put a soul to rest, I've done a few exorcisms in my day. Typically, there should be a ritual or a specific place to put them in the mausoleum. Is this required, or do you know?
I do know. She left it, in fact, in her last testament. There is no particular ritual, but there is a spot for her on the 3rd floor of her family's Gilded mausoleum. There is a spot which was crafted for her the day she was born. All you have to do is place her there. That's all she's requested.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Certainly no worms will be there.
Hopefully no dreadful ones.
Pray not.
I've heard nothing more from that region. House Moldavia was demolished. That dreadful hole was filled. Nothing more.
But the worms, they will always conquer, do you not see?
Still beneath our feet. But one thing at a time, yes?
This could be a dangerous mission.
Indeed it could be, and I will outfit you however you find accordingly. Doctor! One of the doctors in the long plaid mask comes forward, carrying a leather pouch. Show them the tinctures you've prepared. Yes, of course. He opens it up, and you can see 10 healing potions in there. You can see the armor if there's any weapons you need.
Any
Armor.
laudanum, perhaps?
I can see to it that you can...
Love some laudanum.
If you require that, yes. I
For
will
my
see
pleasure.
to it. Of course. I can provide a pony and a small cart. Carry your belongings. The journey should be straightforward. It's but 2 days to the west. Through the forest. To our people's own land.
Through the dreaded forest.
Dreaded? When was it dreaded?
You must remember, I have been through many lives, and have traveled through that forest before.
My grandfather used to tell me tales. How it was teeming with all manner of beasts.
Yes.
It is safe now, as safe as a forest can be.
Will you provide us with weapons?
Any additional weapons you may require, of course. You can speak to my armorer.
Written quite smoothly there.
Any other questions you might have for me? Thank you so much. This means the world to me.
It would mean the world to us as well.
Forgive my forbearance, my lord. 2 days there and 2 days back, should we run into no trouble. The amount of doctors in here, would you make it 4 days?
I believe that you set my wife's soul to rest. I shall be lifted of this curse, whatever they may say. And you see them kind of muttering to each other, like just these beaks kind of leading to each other. I believe this is an affliction merely of the soul. I do not think Eleanor means to harm me the way she has, but her mere appearance has set me to shaking, sweats, inability to sleep.
My own last husband was like that before I passed. You will find peace. Perhaps.
I hope you can provide that for me.
Certainly. You're an old friend. We'd be happy to assist.
Can I speak to an arcanist before we leave?
Of course, if you require.
How soon?
from summoned now. He looks to one of the doctors and says, summoned Renfield. Yes, of course. That's all.
In the meantime, I shall start readying the pony and the cart.
I'm going to check for the tinctures to make sure we have all the...
Alright, yeah, 10 healing potions, so 2 for everybody. Healing potions in Castle Mac, it's a bonus action, so you can do it in addition to an attack to drink it. It's 2d4 plus 2 health back. You can administer them to someone else, but that takes a full action. You can also still do a regular action if you do it, so we'll help you out. Shortly thereafter, a bald old man wearing kind of these long black robes, and they've got like red, almost looking like vestments kind of hanging over them. He's got a book kind of tucked under his arm, and he comes up to you and is like, they said you wish to speak to me. What can I do for you, sorceress?
I would hand him like a pouch of like petals and like other
Spell components?
Yeah, and I'd give it to him and say, the instructions are in here. I need to come back to 3 of these.
He opens it up. Is this Frostroot?
Tell no one.
I haven't seen Frostroot in many ages. Of course, I will follow the instructions to the best, as the Baron wills it. Safe travels.
I check a pocket watch. I don't have much time.
He seems to head off with your ask. Anything else anyone would like to do before heading out?
So we're in his, like, private...
Yeah, you are. You kind of free reign of his manor, but you're in kind of his inner sanctum, which is kind of like a large bedroom and a sitting area. 3 doctors are kind of back in the shadows.
I need to powder my face. I'll be right back. I'll just mosey along towards the powder room and see if I see anything expensive that could fit in my pocket.
You, in fact, see quite a bit. In fact, you see what are probably Eleanor's belongings, kind of all laid out, kind of very nicely. They look like they've been recently polished. You see combs, silver brushes, some rings. You see, like, a necklace. Actually, I think you see a small jewelry box with some various jewelry of different types.
I think I'll go for a ring that I haven't seen her wear in the last year.
You find a nice sapphire ring. It's like, it's gaudy enough that you would have spotted it when she wore it. So you know she hasn't worn it, or else, or it was a time that you didn't see her.
Don't mind if I do.
What
Why don't you go ahead and roll sleight of hand?
What a thoughtful logic to your dead friend.
You can take advantage because you're in the
15 plus 7.
Yeah, no problem. You just kind of look at it. You're like touching all the stuff and slide that easily into your pocket. And you now have a sapphire ring, you thief.
No, please.
I'd like to, I'm going to go interact with the doctors in kind of a sleazy car salesman type of way to try to see if they'll help me with any of my future medical ventures I have in mind. Maybe pass them a business card.
Sure, yeah. One of them kind of turns to me and is like, I know you. I know what happened. Spent time in your own institution, didn't you?
Perhaps.
Well, serve the Baron well as we do. Perhaps we can see if there's anything we can do for you.
Very good.
Otherwise, I'm not sure you're fit to practice medicine.
Then I'm going to slowly slunk away. Pretend like I'm talking. Like, hello.
Where is the lady lying sick?
So she has an urn in this room. Is that what you're asking?
I'd like to see what remains of her.
Sure. Yeah. There's a polished brass urn, and when you pick it up, you almost feel at peace. Like you're sort of like, just feel a calmness wash over you.
I envy her peace.
Nice.
Welcome to Richmond, everyone.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I would like to talk to Lygia when I have a moment. Lady Lygia.
Yes.
I'm curious over the past 3 weeks if the voices have stopped.
Yes!
No more of the worms, the dreams? Do you dream?
I feel like I leave sometimes, and I go back to one of my past existences. I always see that blood red thing coming towards me. The dreams have passed. I'm much better. I'm much more stable now. I've improved.
Very good. As I turn, will take my hand off the hilt of my rapier.
Can I gently move his hand back on
As you come outside to prepare the pony, you can see that there's like a porter or someone who's like loading some boxes. There's some food, some wine skins, some water. I mean, you're being pretty well provisioned for a 4-day trip. There's like canvas tents being loaded in, like bed rolls. I mean, it's as in style as adventurers can be. And Jenny is out there. She's got her little wooden sword on her hip. And she's got her arms like wrapped in tight, like, not bandages, but like tight leather wraps and stuff like that. And looks like she's kind of ready. And she's like, am I coming with you?
Do you think you're ready? Answer quickly, girl.
Of course, I'm ready. And she pulls her sword out and kind of like swings it at you. And I mean, you can see the clumsiness in her form.
Alright. Will we have to split even more of the money between us? It's quite expensive to travel long distances for my work.
Right. Now, Jenny, you will stay here. I have a mission for you.
What? Not the chamber pot again?
No. I want you to watch those doctors. Watch them close for the Baron.
All right.
Should anything happen, you are to hide and wait till I get back. If I don't come back, you should go back to the Order. Speak to Delmond.
All right, Master. And she bows deeply.
I'll give her a quick...
And she, even almost before your eyes, slinks off, utilizing your training, kind of disappears into the shadows somewhat. Anything else anyone would like to do before embarking to the Painted Valley?
I'll powder my face.
Okay, you do.
For another ring? Or?
That's good.
I secretly take my last potion that's purple, and then no one knows what it is.
Oh yeah, you're in the bathroom, hands shaking,
Like,
and your skin
I'm
starts
covering
getting
up my
wrinkly.
like wrinkly old
Yes.
lady hands.
Hands withering and face sagging. You quickly imbibe it, and youth returns to your face and skin.
I reset my pocket watch.
Awesome. All right. The Baron does equip you well again. Good food, salted meats, even some vegetables that will make the trip fine. Cooking utensils. I mean, you're set up. You've got a pony. They don't tell you its name, so you're free to name the pony.
Strong
if you want
Peter.
to.
Oh,
Strong
Peter.
Peter.
what's 5 in that?
Yeah. He's pretty small, so only 2 hands.
Just the...
Just the 2.
Just 2 hands. Pony about this big.
Yeah.
Yes, you set off on the road. It is a pleasant trip. The weather is nice. It's spring. You get light breezes, sunshine. It's honestly quite pleasant. And the first day is completely uneventful. You break camp right near the outskirts of the Painted Valley, set up camp rather. The air is fragrant here, and the woods are alive, the chittering of small animals. You see a pair of lovely deer stalking through the shadows. They stare at you cautiously for a moment before bounding off into the forest. And as you sit around the fire, the topic of the first time you traveled and slept under the stars comes up around the fire. So what would your character say? As you all are deciding that, we have some divine rerolls coming in, and from looking at what Andrew just showed me, it looks like we got about 7 of those bad boys right now. Yeah, so more than that. But I'm just going to call it 7. Thank you all for your generosity. We truly appreciate it. So here's some rerolls. I'm just going to put them here. Can you guys see those over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So feel free to use those per Castle Mac normal rules. Anyways, the topic of the first time you traveled and slept under the stars has come up around the fire. I leave it to you.
The first time was when my master took me. I was 10 years old. It's Master Ramal who taught me everything. He taught me how to take the blood curse, to use your blood as binding magic. I was excited. He fought a chimera, though. I still have the scar across my back.
It was many thousands of years ago when I first traveled. I remember traveling through the ancient lands of Greece, sitting at the feet of various scholars. I remember being in Alexandria, Hypatia. Then the hordes came, and they killed us. And then I was reborn. And then again, and again, and again.
I think I understand.
Here's some laudanum. Helps me, but...
Greece must have been very nice.
Before the wars. Yes.
Before the ancient wars, yes.
Of course.
I quite vividly remember the very first time I ever cut open human corpses, like it's yesterday, laid under the stars, in a very large, beautiful cemetery. And as I lay there, a great friend of mine who was soon to become Professor Feather, in fact, he looked at me and he said, Dr. Tarp, that's what we called each other, Dr. Tarp, Professor Feather. He said, Dr. Tarp, we're only 14. He said, Dr. Tarp, wouldn't you love to see what the inside of a human body looks like? And I said, certainly, of course. And we proceeded for the next several hours to dig up human remains of someone's presumably grandmother. And we cut them open and we cried. The beauty of the inside of a decaying human body. And that's when I started drinking and consuming laudanum. It was a very rough time for us, but that's when I began my love and my joy of the human body, the human mind. Oh, you know how many brains I've dissected? Goodness gracious. Good times.
Just going to go feed the pony for a moment. Maybe brush.
Oh my god, what have I done?
When
Brush
I next
this.
pass, could you dissect my brain?
Oh, I've already done so, actually. It was about 200 rolls ago, I believe it was. Yes. Interesting brain you have.
How about you all? The first time you slept under the stars.
Top that.
I hate to follow that. As everyone in the camp is just looking at the fire like, holy shit.
I'm just like. What's the age of like a 30-year-old elf? Like 300?
Oh, yeah, no, you come to maturity at like 100, so probably like 200, 250.
Okay.
Yeah, 300.
Okay. I would say, when I was a little girl, a little elf, 250 years ago, I camped outside in our village with my grandmother. She was very old. Older than anyone I've ever met. And she taught me about flowers. She taught me which ones to look for that you can make potions with, very special potions. And I wrote that all down. And that's all you need to know.
Is your grandmother still alive?
No.
Where's she buried, just for general interest?
In the forest where the flowers grow.
Are you asking for a friend?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You cannot dissect her brain.
I'm not asking. Presumptuous of you.
That was a nice story. Thank you.
How about you, Morella?
My first night laying out under the stars? Outside? Well, I'd say it was right when my husband and I got married, and, well, we'd had quite a bit to drink that night, and we just went outside and had a little too much fun. Well, he had fun. I didn't have much fun, but I did read a good book. I remember the book. Not much else. Wasn't worth remembering, actually. I don't really like him much.
Someday you're like,
That's a very positive memory.
With that, you all drift to sleep with the pleasant sounds of the forest and the stars overhead. And as the veil between the waking world and the dream world lifts, each of you swear, the moment before you fall asleep, you can hear a sweet, calming whispering of a woman very close to your ear. Thank you. And you wake up the next morning, with the sun shining in the east, birds chirping. You feel so well rested. It was a wonderful, wonderful sleep. None of you were troubled by bad dreams. In fact, you only had pleasant dreams. Pleasant memories came flooding back. You all wake up with renewed vigor and one point of inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Which, as a reminder, we can use that to
write it
roll
on
with.
That's weird.
You can re-roll a die. That's how we do it.
Yeah,
For
we let
inspiration.
inspiration be a reroll.
So if you fail, you can always
Any
try the
failure roll,
there was an
re-roll.
inspiration spot, but I forget where it is. Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
Yep.
I dreamt
Just-
of that
yeah, just put a
good
tick.
book.
Mark on there.
Sorry, that was.
I dreamt of dissecting old ladies.
Love it. Love it.
What a vivid dream. Where does hope come?
This is.
You pack up, head in.
I was wondering what.
Oh, it's like what if you were climbing, you'd Python.
Just kidding. Thank you.
Alright. It isn't far into the next day that you enter the Painted Valley. The valley is extremely lush, and as you descend, the sight of low, golden clouds gliding past deep purple mountains gives you pause. Golden rays of sun pierce the clouds, sending bright columns into the canopy of lush green below, as if the pillars of light were holding the sky above you. The path finally leads past an ivy-choked gate that creaks open. You can see a large marble, obelisk that has Laurelania carved into it, frankly in a Greco-Roman style, knowing that this is nearing the land of Eleanor's family. The path leads past that gate and towards a small cottage with dusty windows, and outside you see a stout dwarf holding a rake, wearing a dirty smock, kind of digging and pats himself off as you all approach and raises a hand to you to wave in hail.
Hail, stranger.
Aye. Strangers indeed. It's been a long time since we've had any visitors. Well, I'm Voldemar, and the groundskeeper here. All of Laurelania falls to me now. Since the family's gone, well, I guess the family's all done. They left me a stipend, you see. It's my duty, and I perform my duty. What brings you here?
We have come to return the remains of the young lady Eleanor.
I've been carrying her urn.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I remember when she was a wee lass, playing on the grass, you know. Her dad asked me to cut it extra short for her, because she'd always get grease stains on her dresses. Breaks my heart. That's the last of them, you know. That means my contract's coming to an end. My Morrigan's beard. Well, you best get in and get out quick. You don't want to be caught in that mausoleum. Something there.
What something? What something?
What does this mean?
What have you seen or heard? Have you seen or heard?
In regards to what?
In the mausoleum.
Mausoleum here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Were we talking about the mausoleum?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty well tended to.
And what happens at night around here?
Oh, well, you get the sounds of the birds chirping, Spots. The deer, mostly pretty active.
And what else, chirps? Or creaks? Or stirs?
I don't know.
Or
Guess.
rides.
I don't take your meaning.
What do you do all day here?
I keep the grounds.
But no one lives here, so why do you keep them?
It's
Simply
left in my contract. To keep the grounds until the last of the little años pass.
But they've passed.
Now, now.
Who is your lord and master?
Well, it was the Eleanor, to be honest with you.
Do you visit her mausoleum? Or the mausoleum?
Of course. I keep it clean. That's my job. I'm the groundskeeper.
When do you visit?
Well,
Just random times?
not usually every other day.
You ever visit at night, perhaps?
Of course.
Dusk.
Don't ever go there at night. Trust me. I wouldn't even go there in the day.
So you do go?
Go where?
The mausoleum.
All the time when I have to go clean it up. It's quite pleasant.
Is it? What makes
Everybody make a perception check.
So, just roll that d20,
Dang.
and then you'll see perception right there.
17.
I'm not crazy.
7.
I got a
17 minus
Raven
10.
roll.
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
I got 19.
I was
19.
checking the code.
Right?
16.
Alright, so everybody got above a 15 but Marilla. Marilla, you're too busy being like, well, there's probably nothing to steal in that cottage. The rest of you, as he talks, you notice moments of lucidity, and then often when you're talking back, his eyes go kind of glassy, and his mouth goes agape a little bit, and sometimes the way he's articulating, you swear you can see black spots on his tongue. Yeah, like I was saying, the mausoleum, I keep it nice. It's quite pleasant. Gilded, you know, not as nice as it used to be. Unfortunately, I couldn't replace the flakes of gold. Didn't have that in the budget, I can assure you.
Can I ask if he's got anything to drink? Just curious to see if
Oh, sure,
he's
you want
maybe
some ale?
not fully sober. Yes,
I brew it myself.
I'm sure you do.
It's quite good. I'll let you make a medicine check if you like.
Yeah.
Being a doctor, go ahead and make me a
I
medicine
do
check.
my or no.
Yeah, d20.
Oh, it is. I already got it.
And then you got your medicine right there.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a 20. 20.
20. Nice. He does not exhibit the signs of being drunk.
Okay.
He's not slurring his speech at all, but he still kind of happily leads you to a barrel kind of placed by the side of the house, and he's like, all right, have you got a cup for me?
Always.
If not, I've only got my one. Yeah, you hand him one, and he kind of pulls it out and hands it to you. You notice he doesn't pour one for himself. Would anyone else like some ale?
I think I'm fine for now.
You're
Thank
gonna
you.
need stronger stuff if you want to go in there. Face that darkness. Can I pour anyone else some?
Can I insist that he drinks with me?
Sure.
Because I'm always afraid I'm gonna get poisoned.
I normally don't drink when I'm on duty, but I suppose, you know, in little Eleanor's honor.
Absolutely.
I'll have one.
He pours just a tiny bit for himself.
You're
Pours
only
some
young
for you.
once.
Or many times.
I don't understand that, but
My plan is to get him pretty drunk.
Is
that okay?
I'll let you roll persuasion to try.
Sorry, I kicked.
Oh, no, please. I like this.
Go ahead and roll persuasion, and that'll.
I'll assist.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna assist you. Go ahead and roll with advantage. Is that what that means? So you can roll a second d20.
Yeah, you
and
got
take
that
a
other red boy.
No, it seems you're actually off duty now.
Yeah, plus your
And forever.
persuasion plus holy shit, that's a 26.
Oh,
You really should just enjoy this moment while you can.
You should celebrate that girl.
I suppose I should.
26.
26.
Good.
Very persuasive.
An hour passes,
Okay.
and he's like, I would dig in the mines and find the god. Oh, like knock something down, something falls on the ground. And he's like, oi, oh, that drink, it got a bit to me. What did you say you're here for again?
Going in the mausoleum.
Oh, don't do that.
Why have not?
I like you, frankly.
Yeah.
Don't go in the mausoleum. Oh,
Why ever not?
why ever not what?
Go in the mausoleum.
Why wouldn't you?
We have to get him
You're
blackout.
here to nail him to the rest, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Master Valdemar, but there'll be a clinking. I have some shackles, and be like, I'm afraid, for safety reasons, we're going to have to bind you.
Oh, why would you do that? I'm just the groundskeeper here. I've tended to this place for 125 years.
And
That's
on
not that long.
and
Pretty
upon
long to just cut grass.
and upon our exit, I will give you a new job and a new contract at the Templar headquarters.
But I have to wear those manacles.
Yes, it's actually, in fact, not a choice.
I don't understand. Have I wronged the family somehow?
I don't think so.
No. But you will need a profession after this, won't you?
You're actually quite sick. You're very ill. We have a doctor here.
Yeah, you're ill.
Nah, I'm fit as a fiddle. I'm fit as a dwarven drum. Look at us.
Well, we were instructed to take care of you and give you your medicine and make sure you were all right while we took care of the lady.
Put me in manacles.
It's for your own
That's not
safety.
That's not right. How can I even trust you at all?
What do we find in the mausoleum?
Oh, that's what you're here about. You're here to rob them.
No!
Oh,
Certainly not.
well, you're not getting through this old groundskeeper. And he kind of picks up a shovel, swaying.
I'll light a pipe.
Can I just take a bottle and smash it over his head?
Yeah.
Or my...
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
Just do a +5 on the roll.
Okay.
Just make it easier.
No. No.
17.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of like, you're gonna have to get to. And he falls backwards, and his tongue kind of hangs out of his mouth. And you can see now very clear black spots all over his tongue. And as he lays there passed out, his eyes are slightly open.
Oh,
And they're
no.
just glossy.
Kind of like pull his tongue out a bit,
Absolutely.
try to inspect his taste
Yeah.
buds. and
Go
all
ahead and
that
make me a
such.
nature check, in fact.
Okay.
Nature.
Nature.
Bug flew in my mouth and I
Just
did
because
that.
it's nature.
Yeah.
Lady Lygia or Madeline, but do either of you know anything along with Dr. Tar? I've never seen this.
No.
I've only seen those kinds of spots on the tongue years ago, in another time, in another world, with terrible plague. Terrible, terrible plague. Despite he might be diseased.
I've already seen this in a book once. It was called Dalmatian tongue. Couldn't imagine why, but regardless, I don't remember seeing it in person.
And as you investigate it with your roll, it's not Dalmatian tongue. And as you look closer, those spots seem to be fungal growth.
Oh. Curious.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Madeline knows a lot about fungus and about plant life because
Yeah.
she has to gather it for components.
Makes total sense.
I would like to inspect it.
Okay. Yeah, you take a look at it. Go ahead and roll a nature check for me as well.
I don't wish to touch it.
I rolled a natural 20.
You burned your 20 on a fungus check. Nat 20 on the fungus
You
check.
burned-
The fungus among us.
There is a fungus among
It's a
us.
fungus among us.
Hey, I'm a fun guy.
Just
Oh, now we all have to leave.
I burned my 20.
Everyone just laughed.
Alright, good.
With that, it looks very familiar to you, at least similar to a fungus you are familiar with, which was an invasive species that would destroy some of the beautiful trees in the village you came from. It was a very aggressive species of fungus.
Like a fungus that would take over the plants I need for my potions.
Yeah, basically.
Shit.
Bad news.
Can't have that.
Is there any evidence around here of anything strange other than just...
Not in the immediate vicinity. Honestly, everything seems just as it was.
I would inspect his tongue, next to the doctor, and say, I've seen this before. This is there a problem?
He's just puffing on our pipe. Lydia hates when we puff our pipes. Our D&D pipe puffing is... Lydia hates it. And so we do it all the time.
I'm going to take mine out as well.
Yeah. Okay, tell me.
I hate this game.
Alright, sorry.
What is this fungus?
This is I've seen this before. This is an invasive species of fungus. This will kill all your plants. All your components and your plants.
Does this grow in this area?
I have no idea, but it's growing in his mouth.
Apparently.
You can typically find molds and fungus in the underground in the dark. A mausoleum, perhaps. He says he cleans it every other day.
I see no evidence of the fungus anywhere else, except inside this man.
He's not dead, right?
He's not dead.
I
He's
was-
breathing.
Okay.
Just,
Well, I won't
just
come
bashed
over.
him good. Got him drunk and then smashed the bottle on his head.
Can I check him?
Heroes.
And like his other like mucus membranes, like inside of his nose, and like.
Yeah, you're pretty advanced for me, but yes. Go ahead and roll. Are you proficient in medicine?
No,
Okay.
I'm a sorcerer.
Can I kind of like just do an overall
No, okay, no.
check?
I would tell the doctor. This is an invasive species of fungus. I've seen this before. I don't know anything about medicine, but you might check his nose.
Okay.
Check the other places on his body that are wet.
So, wet
All of them?
orifice. Or orify. Yeah, so can I just do like a general head to toe,
Just
like
a general
Yeah.
orifice check, please.
check all the orify?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an orifice check. We'll roll medicine.
Rolling for the orify check?
I'll assist.
You can roll with advantage since she assisted
Go
you.
ahead and roll
Okay, thank
down.
you, because that was an
I'm clutching the urn. I need peace.
Yeah.
17?
Plus your medicine. Yeah, you're right.
17.
Okay. You do find signs of more of that fungal growth elsewhere in his body. And in his nasal cavities, they seem to be stringier. And like you can kind of pull on it.
Oh.
It seems to lead somewhere.
Because
Oh!
I'm going to keep pulling.
No, it gets pretty
Oh.
taut and you feel like you'll break it. But it definitely seems to be rooted. And if you check other orifices, you don't.
I have a pair of sewing scissors in my bag. Should we try to cut it?
Yes.
Let me just find it.
I'd like to check and see if this will...
I'll pull out
This
a
would be
bunch
organic
of
if it's-
random belongings.
Yeah, like you find some diamond-studded sewing scissors that you stole.
that have somebody else's initials in
on the blade.
Yeah.
My cousin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I check? Because I want to see if it's like inorganic, but if it's plant matter or if it's
Sure.
like human. Yeah.
Sentient.
So you
Yeah.
see him hold that, you're kind of pulling on it, and you cut it, and when you do, it recoils and rises.
Wonderful. So I just say fascinating, and then I pull out a beaker and put it in
Yeah.
the beaker.
Uh-oh, dice
Drop
down.
my die.
Oh, that's not coming back. Andrew, we got a dice down issue. Mad
Sorry.
props to Andrew. He's the man behind the computer.
He's the
tonight.
man.
So if you're chatting in chat, you were
He
talking
can't
to
find
Andrew.
it. He will. He
He's also
will.
fetching the die. Or dice.
like-
Singly. Thank you.
Like, that's like black pudding. Like, no, this is not good.
Did it bleed at all when you cut it?
Wonderful question.
Difficult to tell. Doesn't look like it. Looks more like you sliced a mushroom.
So it can't be. It's not maybe as attached to his body as we think.
Could be the other piece that you cut kind of recedes inside.
Yeah. I think we should check his cottage or cabin or whatever and kind of see.
Cool. Yep.
Alright,
Alright, who goes into the cottage to check it?
Well, you're
That's what they call it.
God.
Check his cottage.
Well, I didn't know if he had a cottage or a shed or what he was doing.
Just around the cottage.
Do you have a cottage or a shed? That's a blunt question. Alright, you go to the cottage, and it's not locked. I mean, it's very meager, very small.
Before I left, I did shackling.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
He's
good.
now passed out and shackled.
he is going to be shackled.
Alright. He is shackled, and who's going to the cottage?
I'm gonna check.
Okay. You walk into the cottage. There's almost nothing about you here whatsoever. There's like a bucket of water and some dishes, and when I say some dishes, it's like a plate, a bowl, a fork.
Been there.
Yeah. There's like a cot. There is a book on groundskeeping, and like it's got some illustrations of some popular, well manicured like lands.
Any strange notes in the margins, potentially?
There are notes in the margins, but they're more about how they can apply specifically to this land.
Okay.
More like, the South Hill tends to retain water a little bit more. It gets muddier.
Gotcha. As you flip like strange symbols or anything like that.
I don't find anything strange.
Okay.
Nothing like personal accoutrement?
Not really. Kind of a Spartan lifestyle, to be honest with you.
Does he have any plants in his house? Like, does he have any house plants?
He's got a couple little succulents growing.
Do they look healthy?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do, in fact, look healthy.
I find nothing in the cottage.
Perhaps we should go to the mausoleum.
I think the mausoleum... He seemed to have those moments of lucidity. He was afraid. There was a warning.
He was. I think that must be where he encountered whatever has invaded him. That is growing out of him. Where is the urn?
I think you're holding it.
Are there in his shed any, or in his cottage, is there any, sort of like a weed killer type thing? Like an anti...
manual. There's no chemicals of any kind. It all
Okay.
seems to be, you see a lot of different tools. Now, they're well maintained. You do see a whetstone, and all the tools have been nicely sharpened and, oiled. But you don't see any kind of chemical applications at all.
Doesn't seem like there's much in here.
If he's going back and forth between warning us in lucidity and forgetting, that would mean that this is affecting the brain and the mind.
I mean, just kind of a suggestion.
You
here.
cannot dissect his brain.
Okay, well.
That is out of the
alive.
question.
I mean,
We are going
Not
to
unless
do
he
what we
dies
can.
first.
Right, of course it is.
unless he, happens to pass away because of.
We have a mission, but after that we will save this man if that's what we can do.
In case he has, unless he has a mishap.
Okay. Sure.
Let me say this:
Suggestion.
if I come back out and somebody accidentally fell on him with a sword, there will truly be hell to pay.
Wouldn't be my first time in the rodeo.
Alright.
I've been to hell. Sure, I'll be there again.
So, Voldemar lies there, shackled, passed out, and the path leads further up the forest. Towards the compound or towards the Laurelania Hill.
I'll lean down and pat his chest while he's there and be like, "You're a dutiful servant, and we will save you if we can."
Roll him on his side. I heard that's what you should do.
He might
Okay.
suffocate on his own tongue.
What? Alright. I'll
On accident.
Pretty hard, he's pretty stout.
I'll do that, and I'll kind of push his, knees together so he can actually try to tuck him gently to sleep.
Alright. You make him as comfortable as you can with a bash on the head from a glass bottle. And as you walk the forest path towards what you're pretty sure is the mausoleum, for not long, you can see sort of a pyramid shape just rising above the treetops. And you can see that it was at one time gilded, but it's chipped and patinaed now. You can kind of see it through the canopy. But it isn't long in the forest before the fragrant air turns slightly sweet and sour. It turns to a damp, earthy smell, a bit like fungus. And it's accompanied by silence. The further you go, you realize there are no birds making any sounds, no insects making sounds. And in fact, you stop in a moment. Actually, everybody roll perception. We'll see who spots it first.
Can I also do a thing just while we're walking?
Tell me again.
And I rolled a 1.
Got a 4.
Yeah, I got a 23, but can I take a piece of my clothing and wrap it from here? I don't want my mouth. I got a +5 survival, I think. I might suggest not breathing in whatever you can do.
Yeah, you wrap part of your cloak around your face. Anyone else do anything?
If I see him do it, I would hate to, fall ill and then have, my potion wear off, so.
Makes sense.
I
Yeah,
would-
you do the same. You kind of pull it. and
Get
cover your
dissected.
face.
I will as well. I don't want
Okay.
to die again.
Sure.
It says I have thieves' tools, and
Yeah.
I would consider some kind of cloaking
Yeah,
devices like.
I think you can pull a shamog
Yeah.
all over your face. How about you, Morella? You doing it too? Alright, everyone does that. Good thinking. Lydia, you rolled your 20. As you all are walking, you look up at a tree and you're like, man, that's some strange branches. And then you realize it is filled with birds. Birds on every single branch, on every possible foot space, and they all seem to be watching you, and all of their beaks are slightly agape. Maybe 1,000 birds.
That is terrifying.
And as you look to your left, you see more birds all over the
Are they,
trees.
like, what kind of birds?
Various kinds, all the kind of forest birds you would imagine.
How does the foliage look?
It looks fine. Honestly, it's still pretty lush.
And they're
Over a 20 does see that, if we rolled over that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So we'll say the two of you spot it, like, right now. That's where we're at.
I'm just sipping laudanum and we're like going through the forest.
You gotta pull your...
Some snuff.
If you're doing custom like bingo, Steven just made a bird face.
Yeah.
I would stuff everybody, with my, like, elven cloth. That's beautiful. And I would point up and... That's strange. Look at those birds.
I see it too. I've never seen anything like that.
Why are their mouths open like that?
Do we notice the birds?
Now that
When
she's
they-
pointed it out, yes. You look and see birds all over the trees.
How low is the lowest branch with all the birds?
I don't know, maybe like 8 feet.
Okay, so I'd go up to the lowest one that I could...
As you walk up to one, you are startled by some rustling behind it, and a deer kind of steps out like 10 feet from you. Its eyes are glossy, and its tongue is hanging out of its mouth completely black. And it's like, you stop in your tracks as it kind of looks at you. And it lets out this... and you see splitting in its skin.
I shoot
Nah,
a
man.
firebolt at it.
That deer is...
You shoot a firebolt, it hits it, and it wails like... And you see the skin pull back, and this purple-looking fungus just sort of emerge out of it with these tentacles that seem to be writhing and capable. And as you do that, you look, and all around you can see other woodland creatures. You see like a hedgehog on its back, and it's splitting open.
Aw.
Some of the birds are starting to split open, and tendrils are connecting between them. I think it's time for everyone to roll initiative.
What? Against all of them?
What am I rolling?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Now I roll a 2.
You are rolling initiative, which is that. Which I'm gonna spend my inspo. I didn't mark it down. There we go.
Wow. Oh, so you used your inspiration for that, or no?
I use my inspiration for that one, yeah. For any D20, you can re-roll on that.
Okay, we'll start over here.
If you want to use one of those for
Madeline.
up there,
I got a 3.
for the donations, you gotta
Big
say
three.
that
I ruined my
beforehand.
20s on
Yeah,
a
you
fungus
spent your
check.
20s on a fungus
And
check.
a perception.
You wasted all your 20s on a fungus check. Morella, where are you at?
21.
There you go. Legia.
15.
Okay. Middle of the pack. Zanti.
20. Vent.
Dr. Tar.
19.
Oh my god, all y'all are miserable.
So a quick note. Yeah, the inspiration you can use as a reroll. If we want to use one of these wonderful donations, just say you want to do that beforehand, and then just roll 2 d20s, so you got
I need
advantage.
to re-up the divines. I think we'll leave it at 7, but basically there's one almost always available to you.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, in that case.
Tell you what, here's how you use them. Because everyone's been so generous, we have a ton of those. You just justify to me why your character should be divinely inspired, and you can have one. So, with that being said, Morella, this is the situation. You see this deer has split open, and this fungus, about as tall as me, has emerged from it, and it's pulling these tentacles sort of out of the body. And the birds, you see them sort of writhing together to form this roughly medium-sized creature that's kind of sloughing along the floor with these tentacles. There are 4 of these fungus, these walking funguses now. They're kind of sliding along the floor on these tentacles, and it looks like they're coming to attack you. They are in the opposite direction of the mausoleum, we'll say that. They are basically behind you, if you will. So, Morella, it is your turn.
I will. How far are they away from me?
Right now, they're about 30 feet from everyone. There's one 10 feet away from Madeline.
10 feet away from you.
That's right.
Okay.
How many yards is that?
You tell me.
Wait. Okay, so they're all 30 feet away except one is really close to us.
One is really close to her. She's a little ways away from you guys.
Oh, okay.
I walked off like a dummy.
3.33 repeated, of course.
Alright, I will I will go up to her,
Okay.
which would be about
20 feet.
20 feet. And then I'll go up to the one about to attack, which would be 10 more feet.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack with my rapier.
Okay.
And...
You're magical right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact.
Oh my god, wait, that was in the middle of a 20 and a 2. Like
You
it
got
landed...
it. We'll call
okay.
it a 20. It's more fun.
You saw
Because
that.
If you
I did.
recall,
Okay.
her rapier is the pendulum from the clock in the master.
Yeah.
She stole that. So she comes up and swings this clock pendulum. Go ahead and roll it.
That's
You got it.
nice. Okay, so, and,
You got sneak attack because I'm there.
I got 1d6 sneak
Close
attack. Okay,
Close enough.
and...
Double all those dice.
You're a rogue, you
Alright.
What are you?
Mhm.
Rolling.
So.
8, 16, 17, 18,
So, yeah, if you got
21.
another buddy
You run up to
within
this
5
thing,
feet,
take your pendulum,
you'll be able to add that
and
extra
again, you can
D6.
feel the magic
So in here,
coursing
I'll
through
give
it.
you a
Slice
boy
sort of
to add.
upwards,
That's
and you
for
just
an extra
slice it in
D6.
half, and it falls to the ground, kind of splayed open. It seems to be
So
destroyed.
I wrote right here.
But
which
behind
ones
it,
are
you now see
actions,
some other
and
woodland
which ones are
creatures.
bonus
You see a
actions.
bear, and it's like, and you
We
see
take
these
a short
tentacles like
rest,
pushing
get
their way
your
out of his
spell slots
body.
back.
And Chris, you see it.
I will grab
These are
you
rolls.
and start working our way back.
Cool. All right, Zante, you are up next.
All right.
Oh, so I'm using my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Back
So you
there.
get back to the group. She's still 20 feet that way.
But I would be like, come on.
Yeah.
Is the thing still alive, Sirens?
She killed the one that was near her, so there are 3 left. They're, abstractly, they're all 30
Right.
feet away from you. They're not near each other. They're kind of coming from around you.
Okay. I will first draw my rapier of the Templar, and then I will clasp my hand around the blade and start dragging my blood across it. And lightning starts to go. I'm like, I am Zante de Carrillo, last of the Templar, the Blood Hunters.
Nice. Well done.
And I will hold an action if one comes within 5 feet of me. Is there a more advantageous position from where I am to, I suppose, be next to allies in case within?
Yeah.
Okay. I want
It's
to.
abstract.
Yep.
battle.
I want to essentially be in the best spot to help, protect or
Got
attack.
it. You
So
can, you can protect or attack.
I would like
Two.
to that.
Dr. Tara, you are next, sir.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
Now, one quick question, and then...
Yeah, of course.
So, it says that one of my... Oh, for my special sneak attack, that I can use a ranged weapon, and then I have a crossbow. But then, I don't think that I do, correct?
It's not.
General...
It
You have a
is.
short sword.
It's not on here, but that's okay because you probably would have one. So I got it
I
right
swear
here.
I hit wield and
No worries.
where.
I'm trying to see where I saw that.
Yeah, you got it
Four.
right
Thank
here.
everyone for joining us tonight.
But
Super
you
fun.
just,
We're
as
glad
long as somebody is within 5 feet,
you guys have-
that will still, that'll still count. So if you got one within 5 feet,
Okay, then I can use the crossbow?
yeah, essentially, if you want to draw your crossbow, you can have that ready, and then if you have an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, you'll get
That is special.
the sneak attack.
Okay.
So you could hold your action and,
Yeah.
to trigger that when an ally is within 5 feet. So you can draw and wait.
Okay, and
if
how
you want.
close... And I'm with the group.
Yeah.
So,
all
you
of
just
you are kind of around
drawn
the
your...
pony,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
except
gonna...
for Madeline.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw my crossbow
Cool.
next
Yep.
to Zante, because he's got his...
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thank
You
you.
guys are standing your ground. You're holding.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Lygia, you are up.
I'm horrified. I'd like to use Eldritch Blast.
Perfect. All right, roll an attack roll for me.
Is that
Yep, D20, and it should be on your character sheet down in the bottom center there. Tell you what you need to roll. You probably get a +5 off the top of my head.
That's
Her
strange.
charisma is a
But
plus 30.
yes,
Yes, I do.
it's 1d8.
Yes.
Oh, and then you get your 1d6 too.
Okay.
16?
That is definitely a hit. So
1d10.
now you get to roll damage, so roll your D10. There you go.
Do it. So that's a 10.
Nice.
And you're adding
Nothing.
Do you take that? Not yet.
She doesn't
She
have
don't have
that.
agonize spot.
Oh,
no problem.
got it. All right.
You know what?
So 10.
You summon the power within, and a purple bolt. Is it purple? What color of your magic?
What color you want your magic to be?
Deathly gray.
Nice. A sickly, pallid bolt slings from your hand, smashes into one of these, and it erupts in just a shower of fungus. It kind of hits all the leaves around it, kind of dripping off the sides. With that, there are 2 remaining, and they move with some speed towards you all. As you can see, these tendrils are pulling it along the ground, and these 4 tentacles are kind of raising, coming towards you all to attack. One does enter the square immediately adjacent to you. Zanti Dekari.
Okay. Well, being that I've just done my blood curse, do you think I can roll with advantage for one of those as I'm
Absolutely.
prepared?
Spend one of these
I would like to spend
yes.
one. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
do it. 19.
I'm just going to tell you guys right now, if you don't roll a 1, you hit. They have the worst armor
Okay.
class I've ever seen in my whole life.
3 plus
Or
5. That is 8 damage, and some of that is lightning. If
Okay,
it matters.
Matters to me.
Thanks.
It comes near you, and you're ready. You kind of parry as one of the tentacles looks like it's striking out towards you, and you sink, and there's no resistance. There's no bone. It's like slicing into a mushroom, and you just lean into it. The blade goes inside, lightning arcs through this strange purple myconid, and its tentacles kind of like flail as lightning licks down them, but it's strange in that it makes no noise. For being a living creature, it has no vocalizations whatsoever, and it kind of smells like cooking mushroom. Dr. Tar, you also held your action. This thing is looking pretty rough, right next to Zanti Dekariyo.
So can I just do it? I don't want to necessarily use the special attack, I guess, maybe.
There's no reason not to. I mean, it will just happen if you hit.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, then I'll...
So you want to roll that one
Yep.
first.
Go ahead and roll that d20.
Definitely hit.
Yep.
So you get both of those.
So both these 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 4 altogether?
Yep, 4
Okay.
damage.
4? Okay. Yeah, you finish it off. As it's writhing, you see these tentacles reaching for Zanti, and you just line it up. You're like, I don't even know where to shoot. Normally you're a practiced shot. You know exactly with human anatomy where to put the bolt. You're just like, I'm just going to go for it. And you kind of sink it into a spot that looks like some kind of spore nodule. And as you do, it just sort of writhing falls to the ground, and the color quickly kind of fades from it, and it turns into this gray color. However, there is one remaining that you guys did not drop, and it quickly moves along the path, gets in the middle of the group, and it makes 4 attacks.
I'll say what?
And it is going to make an attack 1, 2, 3, 4 as my dice lay, and you are free from this. Madeline is the one near you, is dead.
Because you got teched.
Okay. What's everybody's armor classes?
I'm 10.
No.
I'm
You're
15.
probably higher than that.
Yeah, he's gonna be a 12, and I'm a 15.
Okay.
And you are a 12.
What's your armor class?
I'm a 14.
I'm going
The 2 of you each get hit.
I'll take it.
I
So
do.
Zanti and Lygia, you each get hit by this strange tentacle that just kind of comes up to you, and it wraps around your arm, and you feel like just a cold, draining sensation. And as the tentacle kind of rips and pulls away, you just see like the skin has been exposed and frankly kind of torn off. Each of you are going to take 4 damage. Afterwards, you hear the sounds of more animals all around you. Just and you see now these purple fungus creatures moving through the trees, encroaching upon you quite quickly. And you do, in fact, see Lydia. Roll me a d6.
1.
One more arrives. And it's 30 feet away, plus the one directly in front of you all. But you see more in the distance. So there's one within 30 feet.
I think we should make our way inside.
Yes.
I agree.
Your turn, Madeline.
I haven't had a chance to kill one. So.
Kill it. Do it. There's one in the group right now.
Wonderful. Okay. And since I got that perception 20, and I know what to expect, I should definitely roll with
You sold me. You sold me. Go for it.
I got a 10, and then I'm...
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Yeah,
No
that's
worries.
right. And a firebolt is a... 10. 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
How'd I do it?
This
How'd
one
I
was
kill him?
fresh. Yeah, it digs into it, but the fire does seem to kind of spread, and it kind of catches a little bit. You all smell, again, sauteing mushrooms. And as she does that, you all hear a strange sort of shriek, like, ah! And you all look up the path, and you can see this blue, floating, ethereal ghost. And it appears to be Eleanor. And she is in a ball gown, and she's holding a masquerade mask. And she's screaming at, like, a group of the myconids that are kind of sloughing their way through the forest. And they seem to kind of freeze in place. And she turns, she's like, "We must hurry to the mausoleum!" And she kind of fades from view.
She's talking to us.
Yep.
Run.
Turn to you. Alright. You all you take off running. So we're going to stay in initiative. You are in a group, but there are going to be ones in your path. It is going to take 2 full rounds to get to the doors of the mausoleum. And each time there will be 2 myconids closing in around you. So, with that, Morella, top of your turn, I am automatically assuming 30 feet of your movement are spent running down this path towards the mausoleum.
30 feet of my movement and bonus action dodge.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You run bonus action dodge just as one kind of emerges, and it's still covered in viscera from whatever animal that emerged from. And these tentacles are sort of starting to writhe towards you. Zanti.
I am also going to run 30, and I'm going to dodge as my action.
Right, yeah, you're ready to block as they approach. Dr.
Oh wait, I
Tar.
guess my action would have been dodge, and I could dash as my...
Yeah, you totally could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
You run on ahead, then. You're going to be 30 feet
You can
ahead
do the
of
exact same
unless
thing
someone
she
else
just
dashes.
did.
Okay.
So you're just running for it,
Which
and you can
makes
see
sense, 'cause you'll go
myconids now.
60
But you
feet,
now
and
see a
you'll
clearing,
be at
and you can see the
disadvantage.
mausoleum. Which I'll
Okay.
Because dash lets you.
Dr. Tar is up.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing then.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, Dr. Tar comes running up to you. He's got his crossbow, and yeah, you see, like, emerging from the side, you see this big, bloody, like, bear corpse, and it's just split open, and this myconid is sort of coming out of it, emerging. Lygia, your turn.
I'm in severe pain. I would, I panic. I'd like to hide.
Okay, you can hide in the trees here,
Yes,
huh?
I am.
Alright, cool.
I'm panicking.
Let me say this. They don't seem to have standard nerve receptors. So, as you think about hiding, they might have ulterior means of discovering you. I'll certainly let you try to hide. But I think as you look, they don't have faces or perception, or they seem to have some other means. They're nasty. Andrew, the cheese is for the talent.
you can have blueberries and a Ritz cracker.
You can eat the blueberries. The Ritz cracker, you can have half.
I
And
also
no
still have
of the
urn.
famous things.
Yeah,
I
you
still
are.
have
on
the
there.
urn. And I'm hiding.
So you could run and dodge, and we'll call a dodge kind of a hide, right? Where you're like trying to actively avoid them.
Yes.
So dodging doesn't necessarily mean but you're like using the trees to your advantage. The fungus among us do attack, and the 2 of you are farther out ahead of everyone, and they're still closing in up there. But for the 3 of you down in this group, there are going to be a total of 8 attacks coming at you.
8.
Yep.
I'm dodging, and he's.
Yep. You're dodging.
Yep, I'm dodging.
And she's dodging.
Dodging.
Like she is
I haven't
dodging.
gone
You,
yet.
yeah, no.
Yeah, you're bottom of the initiative order, I'm afraid. In fact, you are getting 1 dedicated to you. 1 is, like, attacking
All
you.
8 are
We're
on there.
married now?
I'm committed. It's committed.
I'm jealous.
Kind of a thing. You look, and I mean, it's just sliming towards you, and all these tentacles reach out trying to wrap around you. What is your armor class?
14.
Every single one of those misses. Nice.
I saw your face and I was like, they all crit.
I
you're
thought
just
that
kind of
as well.
ducking out of the way, and these tentacles, I mean, they are moving kind of slow. They're sort of just like sliming towards you, but you're able to dodge all of them. Each of you are getting 2 attacks at disadvantage because you were dodging. Yep. And got out of 2 crits there. 2 20s, but on either side of it. Both of you dodged. Well, you're just dodging as they're trying to grab at you. That would be Madeline. Your turn.
Run and dodge.
Okay, run and dodge. And I think it's safe to say everyone continues to run and dodge. And so what happens is Dr. Tar and Morella, you all get there a round early. You get to the mausoleum. And the mausoleum is a beautiful 70-foot tall marble tower. It does not seem to be underground. It is a tower. And
Damn.
the top is a pyramid shape that was sort of gilded. But again, the gilding seems to have kind of worn off. There's some patina. And there's this massive stone door right at the front with a huge handle. And you get to it and push on it, and it seems to be locked. And all around you in this clearing now, you can see this movement, purple movement from around the trees. So we're going to change up the initiative order. We're going to go Morella, Dr. Tar, and then everyone else. And the fungus are 2 turns away from surrounding the boss leader. So, Morella, you are up first. You all are here, and then the rest of you will arrive this turn.
Dr. Tar, I take you to be a man of many means, if you know what I'm saying. And I will put my thieves' tools in his hands, knowing that he's probably proficient with them.
Sure.
Well, you tinker with this, and I'm just going to try with this, and I'll take out my rapier.
Okay. All right. You've got your rapier in hand in hand.
And I'm going to try to, crowbar it into the... Yeah.
Make a strength. Make a athletics check.
Make it, just consider it a...
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to fix your dexterity here when we go.
Athletics?
Okay.
Are you sure that's what I want to do?
Wedge it open.
Okay, perfect.
Or what if I'm trying to,
finagle it with a rapier?
Yeah.
I don't see
AK
it.
wedging?
So there is a keyhole.
There is a keyhole.
Okay.
12.
Huge, too. I mean, you're like, ah! And the rapier is, well, it's not really a rapier, right? It's a pendulum from a clock. It's super strong. I mean, because it's magic, you know that any other blade would have bent or broken right now. You feel like you get leverage, but you just can't watch it.
Dr. Tal, this is going to be all on you. I need you to make sure this happens right now.
So,
all right, Dr. Tar, you are under duress as you try to pick this lock with your keys, with your lock-picking tools.
Yeah, with the keys that we magically have for
that would
you.
be wonderful.
I mean, they're kind of keys. They're kind of universal
Yep, and
keys.
plus
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
when you really think about it.
Yeah.
I got 8.
You could use your inspiration if you like.
9.
Well, no, you get a reroll.
Yep.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you just got to add 1.
No, you get a reroll.
I'll take 9.
There you go.
17. Oh,
Plus
I think
5.
You're giving me my plus 5.
That's
so
right.
I'm good.
All right, you're, and you feel the first click, and clearly you've got it. You push, and it still doesn't budge. But you know you dislodged at least part of the lock. Pretty complex lock. Pretty deep, lots of tumblers.
See, but I have my own thieves' toolkit.
It still takes 1 action to do it. I mean, and you can keep using the same one. You feel like you can get it. There's 1 more.
Well,
you can feel it, and then there's 1 more latch.
And we have 2 rounds until they get to us?
Yeah.
So this was round
So
1.
this was round 1.
Okay.
Zanti, it is your turn. You are running essentially 1 turn ahead of this horde of fungus now, emerging through the trees. You all see now trees are shaking and swaying. Trees are falling. That's the only sound. There's no sounds of animals or anything, but there's just blurs of purple emerging through the tree line.
Okay. I will run up. I'll get to the gate or wall.
Yeah, you run to the door. That takes you movement.
Yeah, I'll get there and I'll draw. I will hold an action in the event that one comes within 5, but just. Actually, I'm gonna drink a healing potion as my bonus action.
Lagia, you are up.
One of them. Oh yeah, back up.
I do have a crowbar.
Cool. You can run up and try to pry it.
I might shove you aside in my panic, hand you the urn, and start mauling the door.
You kind of catch your almost slips out of your hand as it's polished brass. You get up there, lodge the crowbar in, roll athletics for me. This is a big stone door, so it's not an easy one, I'll tell you that.
9.
You're like, I got it! Oh, nope, don't got it. You chip some of the stone away, and that's about as far as you make it. The fungus continue to just pour. Now they're in the clearing. They're pouring towards you. There's at least 2 dozen of them right now. And they're all the only noise you hear is them pulling themselves across the grass as these tendrils sort of grab onto anything to slide them forward. There is unfortunately one attacking you, Madeline, as you were running. Hey, that is 2 hits on you.
I dodged.
You did dodge, didn't you? That will be 0 hits. I rolled a 1 and a 2. Right. 0 hits. I mean, but again, the tentacles are like, they're catching your clothing sometimes, and you kind of pull, and as it does, the clothes seem to kind of just tear where it hit.
I like that. I like this
it
gown.
is your turn now.
Okay. I keep running, trying to make it.
Yeah, you get up to the door with everyone else. Same deal, you see this stone mausoleum.
I still have an action, though, yeah?
Yeah, you still have an action.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to disengage, otherwise you got 1 opportunity attack coming at you.
I'll take it.
Okay. Just regular roll, because you're not dodging.
How big is the lock that he's trying to
The keyhole is pretty big. It's like I don't know, imagine like an old-timey, like that big.
Yeah.
The key would have been like that big.
I want to use my mage hand to try to go in and, like, tinker around with, like, his thieves' pool that's, like, in there to see if, like, since the mage hand can...
Okay. I will give him advantage on his next check as a result. You get in and you're like, nope, it's larger. It's up. Yeah, you got it.
Thanks.
And Morella, you are up. You see the fungus are closing quickly. They are 1 turn away from each.
I will take
this turn they will reach you.
I will take the urn out of his hands and be like, get back to it. I know that you were so close. I could hear it. I could hear that magic happening.
Love it. Dr. Tar.
All right.
All eyes are on you.
So, go ahead and roll.
Why don't you use an pre-roll?
Yeah.
So you can roll.
Well, no, you already got
know.
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
From
okay,
the mage.
perfect. Yeah, just in
Yeah,
case.
exactly.
I'm like, pre-roll.
So it's 11.
11.
Unfortunately,
It was all the pressure.
not gonna do it.
That
You're
was
like,
the higher of the two?
you're like, and you're looking back as you just see them all sliding towards you. Door does not open. Santi.
Guide his hands.
I will make a step in front of them in the door to block between the fungi.
Got it.
But I will still take the dodge action.
Okay, yeah,
So
makes total sense. You're definitely putting yourself between Dr. Tar and the approaching fungi. Lygia.
I'm going to turn, and while he's struggling with the door, I'm going to do a witch bolt.
Yep. So you rolled a hit. Yep.
yeah, roll that d20. You got it.
You got it. Roll a d12.
Yep. 10.
You all see Lygia, and you feel static electricity for a second. Like your hair kind of stands up a little bit, and you smell ozone, and suddenly Lygia erupts for a second and then channels all the energy through her hands, and you see this white bolt just screech out and zap into one of the myconids. And she holds it there for a second as it kind of cooks from inside and burns from the inside out. It melts into nothing.
Did that
It is destroyed.
Okay.
Creature is destroyed.
You get 5 temporary hit points since you have that blessing.
That's right.
When you drop something to 0.
And with that, 4 myconids are
So it's
reaching you
basically
this
a
turn.
bonus. So you have...
Alright, who's dodged?
Oh, 10 right here.
Nobody dodged.
No.
I did.
Who did a
Besides
dodge?
you. Alright, 4 myconids come
So you
just
get rid of
sliding
us
across,
first.
and they get up to you. Behind them, it looks like there's 4 more reaching you next turn. There are 4 of you, and each of you are getting an attack because Dr. Tar is blocked. This is on you, Santi de Grillo. You dodge. What's your armor class?
15.
You definitely
I'm
block
like
every
the last of the Templar! Foul things!
Lygia, this one comes attacking you, and you got 2 hits. That's going to be 8 points of damage.
So you'll drop those off first, and then you'll minus them.
Morella. I got 1 hit, but it was a crit, so that'll be 8 damage. And Madeline. What's your armor class?
14.
You got 3 hits.
Ah!
12 damage.
Shut up. What's 12?
Yes, go.
What?
You got
It's the
D&D! Woo!
the other myconids in the forest. Woo! Get up!
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. That is their turn. Madeline, it is your turn. There are 4 fungus right in front of you.
amongst.
4 fungus amongst us.
I would like to bonus action drink a healing
Yep.
potion.
And you're just pressing against the door now, popping a potion, and these things are completely silent.
Papa Posh.
Okay. So,
Hashtag Papa Potion.
Papa Push. How many of them are like closing in on me?
The next turn it'll be 2 on you. This turn it's 1.
Okay.
I was just thinking instead of Papa Roach, Papa Posh.
That's what I was thinking.
I just got it.
All right. Now, the adrenaline I'm feeling is coursing through me, and I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt, and I'd like to do it.
But it is. Oh, it's actually not right on you. They have 10-foot reach. So yeah, roll with advantage.
Cut its life into pieces.
Is it your last
resort.
sword?
No. This is a mosquito trying to get me right now.
Fungication.
Okay, I rolled a 6, and then to hit, I'm like a +5.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Again, any of you, if you don't roll a 1, you got it.
Well, I rolled 1 damage.
1 damage. You're like, yeah.
Sean.
Just a little singe. Just a little
That was
saute.
so
It was
pointless.
Ow!
Anticlimactic.
Whatever. It is your turn.
And there's one on me.
There's 1 on you.
Bonus action, drink and buy the healing potion.
Yeah.
2d4 plus.
2.
2.
That's what I rolled, 2.
Some good HP
Cool.
coming back there.
Okay. So that was my bonus action. As my action, I am going to attack with my rapier.
Do it.
And I will roll with advantage.
Why not?
Because I said so.
So
I would like
I got
the healing potion.
Ian Andrew, you won. Go ahead.
I probably don't need it, but just in case. Double 15!
Double 15s. Alright, that is a definite sneak attack.
Okay. You're not my good one. 1d8. Dang. 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, you again take the pendulum and just slash down through it and kind of come back and cut again, and it just falls to the ground. So there are 3 on you and 4 more approaching.
Oh my god.
Dr. Tar,
Okay.
all eyes on you.
My mage hand is still helping him.
Nope, it takes an action. But you can definitely spend divine as you're just, oh god, please open.
Definitely. Then I'm
Alright.
going to go ahead and spin.
Roll with advantage.
Put it in your hand. Think a
Oh, I
nice
know.
thought.
So-
And then give it a good roll.
Good.
Think a 20.
And I'm also going to go ahead and pull out a random flask, take a sip. It's
Alright.
probably laudanum, might be
There's your
something else.
inspiration, just you do a huff.
I take a nice cough in my bloody rag.
Oh my god!
I was waiting on this prop, and then I
Excellent.
cough. And then I go, I got this.
There you go.
Yes.
That'll do it. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, and like you feel a tentacle wrapping around your leg and you click it. And you like all of you are pushing against it. And you all push against it, immediately rush inside and slam the door shut behind you. And you feel the weight of these myconids hitting on the outside. And feeling things like kind of sliming against it, trying to find their way. You can feel things moving around the walls. There are no windows in this mausoleum. As you arrive, you turn and you can see Eleanor's ghost floating in the middle. And she looks peaceful and calm. She's still wearing her masquerade gown. Same one that you saw when it was covered in blood, of course. And she sort of, like, looks like she sighs in relief almost. And she looks at you all and smiles, and as she does, all the braziers light up. Lighting up the bottom floor of this tower. And she says, something evil. It's upstairs. It's not human, and I need you to clear it for me and lay me to rest. And we're going to take our first break right there, everybody. Probably our only break. We'll be right back after the break.
First and only.
Yeah. First and only break. When we come back, we're going to let Tyler and Debbie talk a little bit about the museum here. Then we're going to finish this excellent adventure by the Arcane Library. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, wait, my mic up.
Oh, wait, I'm not mic'd either.
Everyone got a mic on?
Yes.
Hey, everybody! We're not mic'd.
Some people aren't mic'd.
Great job, Andrew.
It's all part of the experience.
Sorry.
We all had one
Okay.
cop.
I'm just gonna...
I'm crooked,
We
but
got a little glimpse behind the scenes there.
Oh, we're streaming this?
Yeah, we're...
Oh, I burped.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out over the break. So we're going to take a quick second here to talk about the museum, talk a little bit about how this came together, say thank yous, and then we'll get right back to the adventure. So first, I'm going to hand it over to Debbie and Tyler. If you guys would talk a little bit about the museum here and you know why it's so important to Richmond and why this place is so special.
yeah, sure. So right now, of course, like last year, we're sitting in the shrine that we have here. We have a lovely bust of Poe. This, of course, is kind of the central, I guess, heart of the museum. This is why we became an institution, is because of this shrine. So we've been here since 1922 with the kind of express purpose of educating people about Edgar Allan Poe, educating people about the importance of American literature, and how big of a deal it is that we're able to kind of be one of the cities that claims Poe. And this is the second year we've been doing D&D. Debbie and I both were sort of new to the game, but you all have been wonderful and helpful. Well, thank you. But everyone's been great. I mean, last year we raised $400, somewhere around there, from everyone, which was amazing. We expected, like, nowhere near that. So, I mean, it's been amazing because
Massive credit to the community here.
Yeah,
This is the best.
absolutely. And just one night, I mean, that's insane. And that money, of course, allows us to be able to do what it is that we have been doing, which is bring not just Poe, but hopefully the love of literature and reading and storytelling and creativity and imagination to thousands of school kids every year, for one, but also to almost 40,000 people who come here every day. So it means a lot to us that people are willing to support us and are interested in supporting us, because that money does, go to a lot of really good purposes and causes. So it is kind of a big deal to us. We might be a little biased, but this is sort of part and parcel of what it is that we do. Because Kelsey, who wrote this wonderful story and wrote the last one we played, is a perfect example of the magic of writing and storytelling that Poe very much understood. So, yeah. And so, yeah, that's about all I have.
Cool, very cool. Well, if you are passing through the Richmond area, you definitely should check this out. Specifically on one of the nights when you can find Debbie, who is a extremely talented singer.
I was
Among
blown
other
away
things,
by
yes.
That was incredible.
She's an amazing singer.
Thank you.
So, again, all bits tonight are going directly to the museum, so thank you all for your generosity.
Stonehouse, the old
Thank you,
structure
too,
of
to
Richmond.
everyone who provided giveaways. There's probably too many for me to name right now, but Devin Rue, obviously big supporter. We love you for that. Thank you so much.
Love you, Devin.
Massive thanks to our friend Arctic Nerd, David, for donating the alternate cover, slip cover core rulebook set. They're so beautiful, and that's such an awesome gift. Mage Hand Press provided stuff. Jesus, too many. Andrew, continue.
Tabletop Loot.
Yeah, Tabletop Loot, of course. Even some friends from the community. Yeah, Miss Misery, we love you, provided a gift card. Mage Hand Press provided us a bunch of cool stuff. Big fans of Mage Hand Press, like a new fan of Mage Hand Press, because I had never really, and now there's so much good stuff there. And of course, what was that? Maddie, who will be taking over our
Look,
merch
I have
sales.
my So Maddie mug tonight.
So Maddie mug. So Maddie will be taking over our t-shirt sales and stuff soon. I just haven't had time to kind of transition that, so that'll happen in the future. And of course, the biggest thanks of all to Kelsey for writing this amazing adventure. And I wish she could have been here tonight, but hopefully next time when we close out the trilogy, perhaps, right?
I hope you're feeling better, Kelsey.
Available tonight. Available today.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get it for free tonight, but listen, real talk, if you are a dungeon master, go buy all of Kelsey's adventures. Because we are friends with Kelsey now because we just discovered, these are the best adventures ever written. They're perfect. Kelsey's adventures are just perfect. They're concise. They give you exactly the information you need. They have great narrative pacing, and they're just wonderful.
I dare you to find one I like better.
I was going to say, I was telling you earlier that I've played some D&D after my first exposure here, and I think that I was a bit spoiled because I was used to Kelsey's stories, or story, so I kind of was, a little spoiled.
It's hard not to draw comparisons to other stuff.
Yeah. And
Kelsey's
also,
is the best.
I did want to point out that the music was great.
Yes,
is great.
I am so sorry. I actually left Andrew off the credits, and I'll never forgive myself for that. I'm so sorry. Also left off the credits is our friend Kimages, who did this wonderful overlay.
Oh, Kimages.
I edited it and thought I exported the right video, but I didn't. So I'm so sorry, Andrew. You know what? Can you come here, Andrew? Come here. You have to
Bring the cheese with you.
Andrew does all of the music.
All the songs you are hearing tonight are original, courtesy of Andrew. Thank you, Andrew.
Yes. Golf clap for that.
So Andrew has been, of course, working all the technical aspects tonight, doing all the giveaways.
Type Goblin.
He has costume. Best costume. And does all the music. All right, I think that's enough. Let's get back to playing. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. So, as the braziers around the mausoleum light, you watch Eleanor as she looks around, horrified. She's looking around this lower floor, and you can see some stairs lead up kind of on the wall. You know, it's like a tower, so they kind of line the side of the wall. But protruding from the ceiling in here, pushing their way through the stone, are these black, creeping vines. And they push all the way from ceiling down into the floor. You can see that they punched through the stone there, reaching into the very roots of the earth beneath you. And they look oily. They're just these like dark colors, and they're kind of oily. And as you watch one, it pulses like an esophagus, like muscles contracting, moving something inside down into the earth.
It's gross.
And she just looks and says, I don't know what evil is here, but I need you all to fix this, to restore this land and lay me to rest. Please. I must give my husband peace. He's earned that much.
This certainly isn't the heart of it. It's coming down, these vines. We must destroy the heart of this evil.
So it must be related to whatever's upstairs.
Are there stairs? Are we to climb?
I think so.
I'm horrified.
Whatever's up there isn't human. Please be careful.
If we can handle a swarm of fungal-infested animals in the forest, I think we can handle what's upstairs.
I'd like to get my holy water out as a preventive, just in case.
Cool.
Hey, DM, did we take a short rest?
Yes.
Why don't we catch our
breath
breath very
sorry.
quickly?
We should have done that on the break, but we didn't. She smiles at you all and then fades away. Outside, you hear scraping and pushing against that door. You've locked it tight. There's the bar across it you've brought down inside, but you can hear them like rattling it, pushing against it.
What do the stairs
You
look
got
like?
your stuff in the bag.
Like,
I don't think you have anything to
would I be
heal,
able
right?
to
Or
hypothetically
did you
climb
are
up
you
and
down
then
for
jump
damage
off
or
of them
Just for my
down to some
Okay.
level, or are they
So
fully
if you were-
enclosed?
No, they're
You
not
get
fully
to
enclosed. They are
roll
like
this
along
anyway.
the wall.
What is it? Oh, so roll a
they're maybe
D8.
4 feet
Because this is to
wide.
get, but you basically are
so
healing
the ceiling
while
is
you're
about
catching
20
your
feet
breath.
high, so the stairs would go 20 feet before reaching the
Plus
next floor.
2 for that. So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
you're
So
all
yeah,
healed
you
up.
could, like,
So
go
and you still
10
have
feet,
1
jump
hit
back
die left, and you're not injured. So okay. So yeah, you
I should have
guys are
spider
good.
climbing shoes.
Not every game you get
Coulda,
those.
coulda, shoulda.
I wish I had a vorpal sword.
When we, oh my god,
I
that
didn't
was.
have a cough, so there's that.
Are you
We
a
probably get to a
coffin?
good baddie.
Are you guys ready? From
This
your
will be a good
breaks?
bonus action.
I'm ready.
So
Alright.
let
Do
me
it.
do extra damage.
Hit it.
So this is
Alright.
go.
So her ghost has faded away. You all are resting, and over the course of the rest, you all can have a conversation if you'd like. As you rest amongst this lower floor, is really just seems like it's for mourners. There's some benches. You do see carved into the walls, and in some places even set in ivory. It's very Art Nouveau, for lack of a better term. There's like vines and reliefs of leaves and things like that. It's very beautiful, but of course that is marred by these vines that have just grown over it and left these slick oil stains all over it.
I want to ask Madeline if she is like familiar with these vines. Maybe if these are something she's seen before, or since she's seen the fungus before.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely, I've never seen these before.
I wish I could remember from the archives. There was a story something like this. Took place in 1322, I believe, in the town of
But I wasn't there.
I remember and nothing.
Neither do I, in fact. Can we... I don't know.
I was not born anywhere near then.
I'm kind of curious if it's a good or bad idea, so I guess I ask amongst everyone if we should maybe, I don't know, cut one of the roots or try to see what's coming off of the root to get an idea of what we might encounter.
We could do that. It could also be like a spider web, though.
Oh.
One vibration, and whatever's here will know. I don't know
That's
for
true.
sure. Do you think, what can you discern? We're here either way. I suppose it doesn't matter.
I don't think that we should touch it.
Yeah, let's go up the stairs and see where it leads.
Agreed.
By the Holy Father and the Templar, I will lead.
I have the holy water.
What happened to our pony?
Bill?
Oh, Bill is now eaten.
No. Oh no.
Sorry. Bill was
Strong
left
Bill.
Or
outside.
Peter or whatever.
Strong Bill.
Strong Bill?
Strong Bill is
Bill.
fungus food.
Well, he was only 2 hands, so it wasn't much
Yeah, he
of a
was
meal.
small pony.
Oh well.
Truly miniature.
He was a service person.
You tossed him in your backpack. He was
The braziers are lit in here, though. So, I mean, the light is not an
Is
issue.
it lit AF?
yes.
So lit.
It's lit AF.
All right, I will start cautiously moving up the stairs. So I'm number
You
1.
grab one off, although, and honestly, even peering upstairs, it looks like she's lit.
Okay,
all
then
razors.
I'm good.
You head up the stairs, and you see more of the same. Black vines, and they're kind of knotty here. Like they're knotted up and like more bulbous. And they're again hanging from the ceiling from above, thicker, stronger. This is a memorial hall. You see faded oil paintings and busts and personal items that have been placed on pedestals, all kind of filling the room. The vines in here almost seem to be swaying, even though there's no breeze. Just slightly pulsing.
Can I sort of observe as similar to
Yeah.
like a brain sort of...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, make a medicine check for me. And as he does that, Lygia, you looking around, you're familiar with decay. All of the oil paintings are in pretty bad shape, but for one. There's one oil painting that is well preserved, and the vines seem to have gone around it. And as you look at it, it's a young woman, maybe middle-aged, like 30s. And she looks very matriarchal already. Like she's just dressed in fine. It's very noble looking. And your eyes are drawn down to her hand, where you see a ring. And on that ring, you see a sigil that you recognize. It is an order of sorcerers who are known to dabble in black magic. And as you look, you see the name is Baron Rennet. She died.
I recognize this lady's ring. Is she related to Eleanor?
She seems to be.
Okay.
And you could certainly investigate to try to find out where. So while you think about what to say, we'll come back and let everyone kind of talk. And at the same moment as you're looking at that, you made a medicine check.
Yep. 21.
Oh yeah, with a 21, you're like, these look a lot like neurons, or at least as you understand neurons.
Yeah.
That they sort of all seem to be connected. You're hypothesizing that they seem to be in some sort of hive mind, perhaps. There seems to be a method to how they operate.
Yeah, so, I guess it kind of informed the group. This looks eerily similar to the, I guess, makeup of the human body, of which I'm very familiar.
In fact, this looks like a nervous system in some ways. So you've said that, and you've also kind of pointed out the ring. So we'll pick up there with you.
Now, what was it about a ring that you said?
The ring that this lady is wearing in the portrait. Notice how clean the portrait is and how none of the vines, they all seem to be repelled from it. That ring belongs to an ancient order. This woman somehow is protected. I'm not sure how her portrait is protected. Perhaps she is unless she is the one who has summoned this monster to be here.
Well, that's quite strange. I have never, ever seen that ring on my friend, and I have definitely never seen it in her collection, which she had shown me herself.
I know you examined her collection very closely.
Very familiar with you.
Yes, this is a ring of great power. You could not wear that ring unless you had immense power. This is a strong, powerful woman, and I'm thinking that she must have been the source.
Would I recognize her being a sorcerer?
You know what? Why don't you make me a history check?
I'd also
And
like
I'm
to.
going to let you roll with advantage.
I'd also like to check from it being an order.
I'll give you the same thing. History with advantage.
Yeah, I got an 8.
I got an 18.
I mean, to you, you're like, it's not what I'm familiar with, but that's like the style.
Yeah.
Like, they would totally do that. You definitely are like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember in my travels, I got one of them to make me one of my potions. Maybe you don't say that out loud, but you recognize the order.
I'm not talking about my potions.
And they're renowned for dabbling things.
You mean like keeping someone young looking?
Mm-hmm. That's why you came to him.
Would there be anything you know about?
I don't recognize the sigil. It looks like so many of that time. There's so many cults that pop up of ancient orders.
I'm curious because apparently I'm proficient in Elvish. I mean, I am proficient in Elvish. So, do you recognize this as perhaps an Elvish symbol?
I think it doesn't necessarily be Elvish or otherwise. It's more universal. It's kind of it's like a sigil, more like a house sigil.
Okay, that's interesting. But it's odd that what about the painting would make the painting protect?
There we go.
Welcome to Richmond.
Yep. Downtown Richmond. You don't notice anything magical about the painting. It seems like it should have some sort of magic protection. That being said, I'm not sure nobody's cast a type magic, so you can't see if there's magic.
Maybe we could use, I don't know, portrait for protection if we try to remove it?
I wouldn't.
If we remove it, it could disrupt the entire order here.
I would not.
There doesn't seem to be much order here.
Does the portrait move at all?
Yeah, like what?
Nope. To the untrained eye, it does not seem to have any magical properties. Nothing strange about it, other than it's untouched.
And we're on the next floor, right?
Yeah. And you think there's probably one more.
Okay, so there's like a visible stairway.
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. So I'm going to suggest that we go upstairs.
I agree.
It could be that it won't touch this because it's the same magic that's upstairs. Or perhaps it's emanating. Nothing's gone or totally lost, not even from the grave, it seems.
Everybody make me one last perception check, please.
Ah, shoot.
17.
I got a 21.
4.
Anyone beat a 21?
Oh, no.
You, on the way up, as everyone's sort of moving towards the stairs, again, there's these pedestals of personal items. Most of them are pretty decayed, nothing overly fancy. You see like a cane. You look at one and you see a little statue of a silver raven that looks perfectly polished, like it's not becoming dust like everything else.
I'll snatch it up and wait for a moment.
Nothing happens.
Is it near the portrait?
Nope, not necessarily. I mean, the whole place is probably only a 20-foot radius, but it's kind of in the middle of these. There's like these little columns that are, maybe a little over waist high.
Is there clearly like a name attached to what this was?
There's a word carved in the bottom. There is not the name of someone whose belonging it was. It's not carved on the
Okay,
statue
got
or on
it.
the
But,
pedestal.
I mean, I'll investigate it
The
real
bottom,
fast then.
the word nevermore is carved.
Oh.
Nevermore.
When you say that word, it kind of shifts, and a black raven is in your hand.
Witchcraft.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
It's like, that flaps its wings, and
Steven made a bird noise. Bingo.
Take a drink.
Also, you did that banshee scream. That's on Castle
I'll set it upon my shoulder.
You, my friend, now have a figurine of wondrous power. Once per 2 days, it takes 48 hours to recharge, you can speak its magic word and it will turn into a raven that is friendly to you. You don't have a telepathic bond with it, but it is essentially like a familiar minus the telepathic bond.
Got it. So, like, I could tell it to, like... I could do the same thing as a familiar.
It can completely understand you and comprehend everything you say to it.
Got it. I can't, like, understand under its eyes, though.
Can't
That's the only difference,
can't
really.
Speak back to you.
Got it.
But it will obey everything you say.
You can talk at it.
You can talk at it, and it will receive your talking.
I'll scratch its cute little bird head, and I mean, I know it's the Memorial Hall, but in general, thank you. I shall use it to good ends to clear the evil from this place. To nobody in particular, but...
I mean, when you say that, you do sort of feel spiritually lighter. Something is okay with that.
And we're able to see this.
Yeah, you watch this all go down as he's holding the statue, says, "Nevermore," turns into a raven.
Okay.
Maybe these were placed here to assist us.
I have no idea.
Well, if that's how this works, and I'll take out a hair comb, a ring, a necklace.
Nice.
The cane.
A couple of other trinkets.
Wait, you're taking them all off the statue?
No, from my own personal collection, some candle holders, and just leaving them as an offering.
You know what?
From her own home.
Yeah, you all watch her as she's just like putting these offerings down. And as you do that, you feel like as if a bright light were warming through. You don't see a bright light, but it feels like there's almost a warmth emanating. All of you are going to be under the effects of bless, meaning you get to add a D4 to your D20 rolls.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So, whatever
So
happens,
you got a
hashtag
D4,
bless. You feel
do have a
like
D4,
the spirits
so
are
you'll
guiding you.
always add this to all D20 rolls
assisting.
now.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
I'll get them back on my way out.
Yeah, thanks.
And then
These
we're
are loners.
And then we all have Dane.
Yeah. Okay. Heading up the stairs.
Heading up the stairs. I will lead again.
As you walk towards the stairs, everybody make me a Constitution saving.
Oh no.
Okay.
With
Sure.
our bless?
Yeah, you do have bless.
Debbie's got like
Yeah,
the
You have
highest
Papa
con.
bless.
Nick, Papa bless you.
Oh my god, 1d4.
I don't know how to read this.
I got a 16. Oh, so that's a 1. It's the one that's on top,
21.
so 3. You failed, my dude. No. I got a 16. There's no way this
No.
match.
17.
10. Dr. Tar and Morella. As you all are walking towards the steps, you see one of the big knots in the black vine sort of split open, and these spores kind of shoot out. Now, I gave you all a bonus based upon the shimogs you have covering your faces, but the two of you just kind of breathe it, and you all watch them. You kind of, some of you are able to grab them as they fall, but they collapse and fall asleep. And as you fall asleep, you very quickly fall into a deep slumber, and a memory surfaces to the forefront of your mind. An important memory. You were young. Dr. Tar. What might that memory be?
When I was quite young, I entered my father's library without permission and found upon the stack of books, one book in particular, on the human anatomy. When I opened this book, the very first time I saw a lovely illustration of a dissected pig stomach. And when I saw this dissected pig stomach, I said to myself, this is fascinating. And that is when I took up the artistic skill of being able to illustrate the human body. And the human body only. Cannot draw anything else. Except for, specifically, I am an expert level artist when it comes to the stomachs. But
Wonderful.
I also peruse, which has come in handy many times in my career. But I also began to explore the rest of the bodies of mammals, specifically gained interest in the mind, the brain, and its makeup. I was then caught by my father and thrashed immediately, but it was a very poignant moment for me.
Awesome.
Throughout the fight.
Morella, what memory from the depths of your consciousness bubbles up as you are asleep in Madeline's arms?
I am dreaming and remembering a time when my mother was having her birthday, and I went down into the kitchen to make her something very special, and there happened to be a pig stomach out in the kitchen.
You don't
So
say.
we made pig stomach pies, a very fine southern delicacy. You don't let a single piece of that pig go to waste.
Chitlins.
So I prepared that for my mother, and she was so pleased with me. She was pleased as a peach.
Alright. The sleep doesn't last long. As the three of you are sort of cradling them, you all kind of open your eyes, flutter awake, look confused. You have no idea how much time has passed. In reality, it's only been about a minute. This longer seems to have passed.
Can I remember?
You remember the memory that just came. Yeah.
And can I also remember an additional part of my memory?
Of course. Yeah.
That somehow I ended up reading about some kind of physical ailment in the brain that has sort of, I guess, given me some insight into a fungal connection.
Perfect.
Yes.
Sold on it. You read about the fungus that takes control of ants and makes them climb to the top of things and explode.
That one, yeah.
So weird. Also, it's giving me real nightmares before.
Oh, ants in general.
Very quickly, will both of you stick out your tongues? Any black spots?
No black spots.
Good point.
They're cabins.
Check the cottage sheds.
Go right on ahead. My husband hasn't
Perhaps
been there in
somebody
about
else would
10
be
years.
better suited.
Alright. You all climb the final stairway after waking up and getting your senses back. In this large room, you can see coffins kind of laid out. Nice looking at one time. Ivory, gilded, some maybe with inlays of even mithril. Ancient designs. There's probably 20 coffins in total. And then lining the outside of the walls are hundreds of urns. And you can clearly see one that says Eleanor Norlandia. And it's empty. It's the last one that you see there. However, in the center of the room, you see a coffin. And you can see black vines just pouring out of it, thick, clearly the source of where all of these other vines are coming from. And they sprawl all across the room. They cut into many of the other coffins. You can see holes with a vine going into them. It's extremely unsettling. It smells damp and earthy in here, and you can see spores floating in the air. Tighten your shababs. And as you do, a voice from within the coffin speaks. Sounds like an elderly woman. Eleanor, my granddaughter, you were made perfect in loveliness, only to die. And as she says that, the vines shift and move. And a corpse is pulled up out of that central coffin, covered in fungal growth. It's not barely recognizable as human anymore. Rises up, connected to all these nodes. A head sort of looks at you, completely eyeless. And in Valdemar's voice, it says, I saw something horrible in the tower. I can't remember what. Stares at you all. And you see around you vines starting to creep towards you from around. Let's go and roll initiative, everybody.
With our bless?
No, none apply.
Oh, bless doesn't apply to that one, might be. I'm
makes me
over here
sad.
doing it. That's okay, though.
God damn. Can I get divine inspiration or anything?
You can if you want.
Do
I
it.
wouldn't wait. I wouldn't worry about it on initiative. It's okay to go late. Right, Lynn? Okay. Lynn, where are you?
You're at 12.
Okay, let's see. Madeline is a 12. How about you, Lashia?
5.
Not okay to go that late. Morella. Sorry,
15.
I was looking at the next one. 15. You're up here. Dr. Tar.
3.
Okay, let me get that. Zamte.
Oh, you'd be a 4 now.
Just kidding.
It matters. I am a 19.
Okay.
What
was yours, Morella?
It would be because I put your decks up.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
No, you're good. I changed it.
Okay, well, the Mortis node actually goes first. And, Lydia, roll me a d6. Reroll if you get a 6, would you?
I got a 4.
You hear from this disgusting thing kind of turn towards you, and its mouth opens, and you hear your mother's voice. Oh, honey, you shouldn't have. You know that's my favorite. As a tentacle reaches up and tries to grab you.
You know there were mushrooms in that pie.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, I got a crit.
Uncrit.
Please uncrit. Decrit that.
Can I get a decrit?
You're gonna take 16 points of damage. Does that knock you
You
down?
done killed her!
Oh, okay. You just see this tentacle, and it grabs her, and it doesn't seem to hurt her physically. But you see her eyes kind of roll back in her head, and she's like, ah, ah, and she murmurs a few things, like, just, collapses.
Thanks. Go.
More money. Okay, and with that, Zanti, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I would like my Raven to go first.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I will send my Raven to give me advantage.
Yeah, it dives, its wings spread, and it just starts squawking and like clawing at this creature.
And then with my bonus action, as I'm taking steps forward, be like, for all that is holy in the Templar, I curse you, and I bind you. I will amplify this blood curse. So this is the curse of mutual suffering.
Right.
So all damage that it does to me, it will take equally, and it overcomes necrotic resistance if it has that. But I have to now roll my die to see how much damage I take, and I take 3, so that's a good. That's a good bit of damage. Can I get within attack range?
Yes,
though?
you can. You have to climb over a coffin, and kind of the ground is slippery, so it is difficult ground, but you're very close
Good.
to it.
Okay, then I'm going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15. Does a 20 get it?
A 20 does get it.
Okay. It will take 8 points of damage. Some of that lightning, if it matters.
Yep, okay. So you kind of stab into it, and I mean, it's just these black vines of this body that's not, like, it's animated, but it's animated by, like, tendrils of fungus, like, moving it like a puppet almost. And you kind of slash at some of that. One arm goes limp, and it looks at you just, like, no expression. Just rotted flesh and fungal growth. Okay, Morella. I unfortunately need a death save from you.
Does bless apply?
Doesn't it?
I
Didn't
think
we?
it does.
Yeah, I think we
does.
determined
I think it
that.
does. Pick the right one. You picked the wrong one. What'd you get?
19.
19? Alright. Yep, you're holding on. Madeline.
How far is it?
You can get to it. It's 15 feet away.
Okay, I would like to do that, and when I get up to it, I want to put my hands together, and I would like it to make me a dexterity save, but at disadvantage.
Ooh. Okay. Fails.
Alright, it just got burned by my hands.
Yeah. Burnt hands.
Burning hands. Toasty hands.
Toasty hands, though.
Hot hands.
Name it over and over.
Do it a D6, I think. Yeah, add a D6.
So, 12
Which
fire
is the best.
damage.
Ooh, not bad.
Not bad.
And
You
can
see
pick
those
what
oily tentacles kind of like they move really quickly, trying to get away from it as they. The flames do kind of peter out on it because they're so like
ideas.
slick, but it definitely looks
Dex
like it hurt it.
probably.
Good.
Lygia, you were up.
Dex saves.
I'd like to do a hex.
Yes.
Totally. Yes.
Hex,
Hex.
That's that D.
So, nothing to roll on that.
Hex is just automatic.
But
Bonus action.
you get to choose what ability it's going to have disadvantage on.
Done.
And now, that was your bonus action, and that was just a spell, so you can always do a cantrip if you want.
Can I do it Eldritch Blast?
Absolutely. Indeed should.
So roll it up.
Alright, so roll
D20 plus that
and a
plus.
D4.
Yep.
Because of the blessing of the family. That is a hit.
So
Absolutely.
you got both of these then.
Yeah, Hex is tasty.
7 damage.
7 damage, okay. Yeah, you raise a hand, speak some eldritch words, and kind of, push a hex onto it, and then follow up with an eldritch blast. It slams into this thing. Again, these tentacles are just like reaching down into the ground and sort of elevating her off the ground now. Her decrepit feet are just kind of hanging as this thing's pushing her up. Dr. Tar, your turn, sir.
Can I maybe try to assist Morella?
You could feed her a potion.
You can feed her a potion as an action.
Okay.
Yep, so go ahead and roll it for her, 2d4 plus 2. The doctor comes over and cradles her head.
You just roll
dumps healing potion
2d4
in
plus
her
2.
mouth.
Here, I'll give you both. 2d4 plus 2, and then that'll be what she...
I see, okay.
So you got, let's see,
7?
5, 7 back.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool. With that, it is its turn again, and Tyler, roll me a d4 real quick. Choose some fate.
Oh god.
Fall off the
It's hard to
display.
roll.
1.
Ah, you chose yourself. Excellent. As you administer the healing potion to Morella, you look and you see this tentacle like snaking across the ground. Did get you, I'm afraid.
Incredible.
And it hits you for 13 points of damage as it wraps around your leg and you hear your father's voice in your head. Okay. Boy, what are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of there! What are you doing? Oh god. And with that, Zante, it is your turn.
Okay, well, my raven will give me advantage, and I will attack. Double crit!
Wow, really?
Plus the max 4
Double.
on my
You
double
roll max on
Twanky.
3 dice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome odds. This is a good hit.
Now that
Now
damage
the
roll.
shit damage roll.
Now the
This
damage
is
roll.
Sean's MO. Get a crit, roll like 1s and 2s on damage. Yep.
Stay positive, y'all.
That's right.
No, I did okay, actually.
Okay, good.
So that's 11, 12, 16. That's 21 damage.
Nice.
That is pretty good. You just take your blade and just plunge deep, and you plunge like where her heart was. And sort of looks up at you, and you hear the voice of sweet Jenny. She's like, I am ready. You should take me. And she kind of grabs your hand, this corpse, like, no eyes to stare at you.
I will. You're like, I have watched my entire order get killed. You are nothing, foul thing.
Tight. Morella, you are up. You are on the ground, but you are alive.
And I'm still in front of this thing.
You are indeed.
I will get up with half my action, I guess.
Yep.
Half my movement.
Yep.
Half my action. Half my movement, I get up and I will stab at this thing with my pendulum.
So you did
Sweet.
one spell.
Swing that pendulum.
And I'm going
Which
to
will
swing with advantage
stays
because I am
up
so
if you-
angry that
So
this thing looked like
it'll-
my mommy.
it will stay. I would ask you to roll advantage.
You are not my
Reason, because
mother.
It does D12, but then it stays, so you'll be constant.
20!
Woo! Definite sneak attack. as
And I
well.
have an ally that is not down. Okay, so I
Definite
get.
sneak attack. Yep.
Okay.
So if you command,
Right.
you'll be doing D12 and D6, and you can just choose to continue to do that every turn.
Well,
if
they're
you
low
want to,
numbers.
'cause it just is like
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then my bonus action, I will disengage and
Okay.
move back.
Yep. No problem. You kind of slash and pull back a little bit. Tentacles now are
Nope,
writhing,
it's just one.
and you all start to see the coffin lids all start shaking and have the black tentacles going into them. Madeline, your turn.
I want to burning hands him again.
Do it.
All right.
Dex save?
Yeah. Disadvantage.
I figured as much. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, it's at disadvantage already from her.
That actually doesn't affect saves, but
Oh, okay, my
yeah.
bad.
I just learned that recently.
I thought it
on
did.
attribute on skill checks.
I rolled
Attribute
3
weird.
3s,
Yeah, that's weird. It
which
doesn't
equals
affect
9.
saves.
I counted that in my
3
head.
3
times
3s,
3.
which equals 9.
How many
Hey.
feet is that?
Yeah. What is
How
that
many
in
yards?
Okay. Yeah. You again just put your thumbs together, and for a second, let's see who's up and active. Lygia and yeah, Zanti. Roll perception checks for me
With our bless?
with your bless.
Oh, yeah, my dude, I got a 25.
All right. You are recoiling or recovering from your attack, kind of holding. You got a 15 total. You don't see this, Zanti. You turn on your heel and look back just as Madeline is casting a spell, and for a moment you see the color drain from her face, and she looks like an old woman. And when the spell stops, it returns, and she's back to her beautiful young self. Lygia, you're up. Probably the wrong person to do that.
Yeah.
Lygia.
I would like to do a witch bolt.
Awesome. Do it. Roll to hit. With bless.
Y'all. Yeah, that's a 13 plus your
Total,
spellcasting
yeah, total
modifier. Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Good.
So you get to roll that.
D12
And then-
D6. D12 on which roll, right?
Yeah.
You got, yep. Oh! Okay. You just... And again, you all feel like kind of the ozone, almost air, pulls towards Lygia, and this electric bolt connects between her and this thing, and it's just lightning, like, reaving it. You see, like, pustules kind of explode and spores kind of fly, but they're burning as they do. It is looking bad, and you hear these strange shrieks in different tongues. Like, you almost hear, like, a dwarf, like, "Ah!" and then an old woman, like, "Ah!" Strange shrieking all at once. Dr. Tar, you were up, sir.
So, I'm at 4 HP, so...
Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be totally fine.
No. I'm going to go ahead and, if I take medicine or a health potion, that's going to take up my turn.
Just a bonus action.
It's just a bonus action on this one,
Yeah,
so you
we
still
do
have an
that, so
action.
you still
Oh,
have
okay.
fun on your turn.
Wonderful. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and take a health potion.
Okay.
And I've got a... How did you pronounce that? Python?
Yeah.
Okay.
Python.
Can I... This is random, but I want to take out a Python and grapple this thing's head off.
Okay. Love it.
You could...
Let me think about how we're going to do that. We're going to try to go to it and pry its head off.
Yeah.
All right.
Or like, because I've got a rope, a 50-foot rope, and my idea, because, I don't know, I'm almost dead,
I love it.
and I'm
Okay.
just like the nearest thing in my satchel.
I'm going to allow it. So go ahead and do your healing potion.
Alright, and which one is that?
2d4
Okay.
plus 2.
It is looking
Plus,
rough.
right?
It's burning.
Oh, no, it's just
it's like
Yeah,
there's
yeah, you just
electricity
roll those.
reaving it. It's not in a good way.
So you get 4 health back.
Okay.
Okay.
4 health back. So here's how I'm going to let you do the rope attack. I am going to not give you proficiency because I don't think you're like have done lassoing. But I'm going to let you roll a.
You never know.
I'm essentially going to let you make a dexterity check.
Okay.
To try to throw the rope around it to where you can pull.
So your dex
And
is
if successful,
actually...
I'm going to give you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it
damage.
a dex save? Is that
Yeah,
essentially?
dex save.
All right, so
So I'm
it's
just gonna
actually
tell you,
it's actually a
D6
plus 3.
Could kill you.
Okay. $19?
Got it. You just grab your rope and kind of throw it around the head.
Yes.
And kind of grab it and just start pulling, and it like sloughs the skin off, and the head pops off and comes flying.
Wonderful.
The body sort of collapses onto these tentacles, just and a voice from all of the coffins speaking at once erupt. Living, I have been your plague. Plague. They're all speaking.
Oh.
And dying, I shall be your death. And the body itself collapses, and spores kind of shoot out, but then all of the black vines start moving violently, and you see them punching holes, like out, and then it'll punch a hole in through the mortar of the bricks and pulling. And you start to see bricks getting pulled out. It's some of them reaching up. You see one wrapping around the ceiling and, like, pulling down, and you can start to feel the tower starting to rumble. In the backs of your minds, you hear a voice, and you turn to look, and you can see Eleanor, and she's like, "Please, hurry! There isn't much time!" Santi, it is your turn. Or you just went, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No, sorry, what am I doing here? Okay, on its turn, you just start to see rocks tumbling in, or stones rather, the rock stones to the side, and the foundation is rumbling. You would probably guess that you've got about 12, maybe 18 seconds before this place collapses.
Okay.
Santi, you're up.
You have the urn? She has the urn? You have the urn?
Well, since she nearly died, yes, perhaps I...
The urn is on the ground then. If she was carrying the urn last,
it's on the ground?
she would have collapsed and it is, like, on the ground.
Alright, I would like to pick up the urn and run and set it in place. And I'll be like, and I hope you rest in peace.
You pick it up, make your way across the room. You're the farthest from the stairs now, just with all the, like, vines and stuff. Put it back, and as soon as you do, it, like, faintly glows blue a little bit, and you hear her voice. She's like, "Thank you." And then, Morella, your turn.
I'm gonna take the ring off her decapitated thing body.
I love that. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it's absolutely there. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the ring.
Yoink! and as you pull, just a whole finger comes off.
I've got the whole hand.
Yes.
I'm just like pocket the hand.
Like black strands between it.
And then I'm going to run and dash.
Okay, yeah, you start booking it down the stairs. Everyone at that point, I think, is running for it as best you can. As you're trying to get out, I'm only going to have you make a turn of checks because those corpses seem to kind of animate up and out of the coffins, but they're acting like completely like uncontrolled, and they're just like lashing out and stuff. And you can see that this thing is in pain. Like the black vines are throbbing and like they're recoiling the way like when you squish a spider, its legs kind of curl. It's like they're just reacting in ways that are clearly indicating it's in its death.
What does it look like again, Muffin?
Like a... Oh, stop.
We're talking, yeah. No. We don't need to talk about spiders, Andrew. Don't worry about it. So you, sir, are going to take 2 attacks of opportunity if you book it towards the stairs. Otherwise, you're going to be locked in here with it.
So you have no choice.
Hold on. So I'll be locked in here with it, or I book it and take 2 opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Give me just 5 seconds.
It's coming down around you. Stones falling.
All right, I'm going to try to make it out.
All right.
Question.
Yep.
On if it hits me, is my mutual suffering still applying?
I'll buy that. It's kind of a hive network. One did crit you, so got 8 damage.
Okay.
And it's like this one corpse that you see, like, not doing anything. It kind of quickly lashes out at you and kind of grabs you, and it bites you. Kind of tears flesh away. And as it does, you see a wound identical appear, and it sort of tears away from it and collapses into dust. That was the only hit you got. You're able to make it down. You all book it, rushing down the stairs. It's doing the fast run down the stairs. Which Lydia knows about, right? It's doing the run down the, it's the...
And then you fall and break your foot.
And then you fall and break your foot. Right?
Fucking funny, Steven.
Freaking.
Just trying to illustrate what it looks like. You all rush out the door, and as you do, you just see this thing collapsing from inside. You open the door, and you see a sea of those fungus. They're all just standing there, and they're kind of twitching weirdly. And this thing just... You make some distance between you and the tower, and it completely collapses. And white dust just sort of blankets the area. You're covered in this white dust. All of your shamans are keeping you from breathing it in. And as that happens, all of these fungus just fall over.
We did it.
You're left in silence.
I'm gonna take a swig of laudanum. Feel like, Lord, pass it, show it to anyone who wants some.
Oh, thank you.
About his wound.
This will help.
Thing bit him.
I'll be like, it's okay. I'll drink my last healing potion, too. I'll be like, the unholy will have a difficult time finding purchase within my body.
You all look back towards the rubble, and you once again see the ghost of Eleanor. She's standing still in her masquerade gown, holding her mask. She just looks at you all and says, "Thank you. May my husband be able to find peace." And she starts to dissipate, and as she does, she raises a hand, blows. Blue kind of sparkles come over you, seem to wash over you, give you strength, feel your wounds healing a little bit. You all have Eleanor's blessing. From now on, once per day, you can reroll one die.
Tight.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Eleanor. Homegirl.
And with that, the dust settles. The collapsed mausoleum sits in the middle of a clearing with all these fungi all over the ground. You make your way back through the forest path to a dwarf who is loudly protesting being in shackles.
Oh no!
Oh! What have you done to me? What are you doing? Hey! Did you attack me? What? Just shouting at you.
I forgot about it.
He's on the side and he's trying to look back to see you guys because he's facing away. And he kind of rolls with his face into the dirt and then rolls to the other side.
Can we pretend like it wasn't us?
You can certainly try.
I could.
It was that foul fungus.
Like, I put you in shackles. Your mind was under control from a dark evil that has taken over this forest.
He kind of blinks. He's like, I saw it. The top of the tube. It took over Lady Berenice's coffin.
And it hit you over the head with a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, my memory's sharper than that.
Yeah.
No, I
wasn't
definitely
even here
saw it
until
hit you
5
over the head
minutes
with a
ago.
bottle.
I don't believe you.
Believe me, we would not have done it if we didn't need to. I said before, if you don't remember, but you can come and keep the grounds of the Academy in the main city of the Templar, or stay here.
Well, alright, I'll take you up on that, but can you get these fucking shackles off me first?
Oh.
Ugh. What a beard. And your journey back is uneventful.
How do we get back without Strong Bill?
You have him in your bag.
It's only 2
a day
days.
and a half.
Alright, yeah.
I mean,
Alright,
you definitely have to tighten your belts a little bit.
yeah.
But he has skins and stuff like that. But yeah, Bill is long gone. Strong Bill or Strong Peter, whatever.
R.I.P.
Clearly you cared so
Strong
much
Bill.
about the pony that nobody can agree on the name.
Fucking unpaid bill.
Bill Peter.
And you make it back to the Baron's estate. And you are again invited into his chambers. Still covered in black cloth and windows. And completely shuttered. And he kind of sits up in bed. He's looking slightly healthier. He's like, "Oh, you've returned. What news?"
Oh, where do we begin?
And you guys look rough, because you did rough it over the last day.
Peter's dead.
You mean Bill?
Yeah, Bill.
Bill, Peter, Renee.
Bill, Peter, Renee, 2 hands.
William P. Renee. That's the pony's horse. Pony's name. Why did I say the pony's horse?
That's the pony. That's the pony.
Pony's horse.
Pony's horse.
As they say.
Oh.
And that, ladies and
I didn't like that one
pony's
anyway. That's the pony's horse.
Okay. Okay.
I felt a great peace wash over me. Have you completed the task?
We have placed the urn within the niche. A great calm came over. I would not advise that you visit the remains.
Ever.
For your own peace.
I think it's what she would have wanted for you to just let go.
My Baron, a great evil washed over the place and the mausoleum was destroyed, but we saw her ghost in peace before she left.
She hasn't spoken to me since. 2 nights I got restful sleep. The doctors be damned. See 3 kind of flavors. Thank you. I think I'll take a walk in the sunshine. Well, I believe I owe you all a keep. That is, if you're willing to do a little bit of work to clear it some lower levels out.
That is most gracious, my lord. Of course we accept
thank you all once again for bringing this old man peace. I have been and remain in your debt. You are true heroes of the realm.
I'll look at his forehead.
Here's some numbers.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, peace is brought on Baron Rennet's house. And in the coming weeks, he does make a full recovery. In fact, he returns to his old self in some time, outside of the regular grieving process, of course, and continues to be a just ruler in dark times. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We sincerely appreciate you. I hope you guys all had fun.
Absolutely.
Love the
Hell yeah.
adventure from Kelsey. That was a lot of fun.
It's great. Thank you, man. You did a lot of planning,
Mm-hmm.
and you killed it.
Appreciate it. Huge props once again to Andrew.
Yeah, to Andrew.
Couldn't do it without Andrew.
To Andrew. To Poe.
Thank you all for inviting us back. We weren't sure if you
Thank
wanted
you.
these ruffians, these knaves, back in these hallowed grounds.
Please.
Oh, yeah. Always, always. Including the Bach of our time.
Awesome. All right, so with that, everyone, let's see. What else is there to say? Please support the Poe Museum. You can check out their website. I forget, what is it?
PoeMuseum.org.
PoeMuseum.org.
And the
yes.
next one, happy hour, is
May the 23rd.
Yes.
if you're local to Richmond or the Virginia area, it is worth coming out. It is
Yeah.
so much fun.
They're really fun. Happy hour is awesome.
Yeah.
Check the schedule. They'll continue to go on. If you can't make this one, come down in the summer. It's
Yeah.
awesome here.
We go
It
until
is.
October. You
The fourth Thursday of each month,
Yeah.
from April through October. It's a miserable time from
Mhm.
6 to 9.
There's a cash
You
bar,
practiced
live
that, I
music.
think.
Oh, yes. Go to
Yeah.
PoeMuseum.org/unhappy hour.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you guys again. Thanks to everyone who generously donated. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
We, the Castle Mat crew, will be back tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern with our Storm King's Thunder campaign, which just kicked off. Tuesday nights, we're going to be coming back here in 2 weeks. We are eventually going to pick up the new Ghost of Saltmarsh adventure. So we're
Drop
excited
the
about
day
that.
of.
So hopefully we can see you all then. And again, thanks everyone for joining us. Let's go launch a really big raid on somebody. And make
Yes.
Yeah?
Who?
Raffles
Who?
almost over.
We'll wait for the raid.
There's more to say!
Without the bricks.
Yeah, hey, Dungeons and Dragons, everybody, what about that? And that's
whoa.
Pony's Heart.
Old Bill Peter Two Hands.
Did Bernice still have her teeth?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. Should she? I don't know.
She shouldn't.
No. In the wonderful
Okay.
tale, her
She
husband
shouldn't.
robs her grave and
there you
takes
go.
all of her
Okay,
teeth.
that makes sense.
All of
No,
her
but-
teeth
I
were
didn't get that
ideas.
No, but Morella got the teeth
You're
before.
watching us talk?
Yep.
That's
Cool.
okay.
Maybe
I
she had
didn't
some
know.
gold
I was just-
crown.
What
Yeah, I was
other
just kidding.
references were there? Because there was, so Berenice.
Well, the
Raven.
facts in the case of M.
yeah,
Valdemar.
definitely the Raven. What was that?
The facts in the case of M. Valdemar is a really good
I do
one.
not know that one. What was the reference there? Because Kelsey, she put like as many as she could in there. So.
Yeah, well, it was impressive. That was the name of... Who was that guy?
That was the keeper.
Yeah,
Ah.
sorry, yeah. The Keeper
Oh,
was
right.
named after
Yeah.
a really good short story, actually.
Monsieur
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 Valdemar.
Valdemar.
Basically,
Um,
Poe's story about a zombie.
Yeah.
Nice.
And of course, Dr. Tar is from a lesser known but really good Poe story that features Dr. Tar and Professor Feather, which, if you've ever seen the movie Shutter Island, it is basically the same story.
Stonehurst Asylum. as
In
well.
Stonehurst Asylum, it's all from the same Poe story,
I didn't know that.
where
That's cool.
two doctors are actually really the patients at the hospital. They have
Awesome.
guised themselves as the doctors. and
Take it
others.
over.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Alright,
give the
you guys have fun
premature
over there?
burial quote.
Yes.
Good times.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
It's much better in April.
Yeah.
Not
That
August.
works.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually needed a light.
I know. You went to get like a cloak, and I was like, man, that's like a big change. Although no bats tonight. I was a little
No
disappointed that
bats.
no bats showed up.
Release
long
the
we got?
bats!
We're good.
We're good?
Bardic Lore 1. So.
Okay, bye.
Bardic Lore 1! Oh, the big one? That was the final game. Oh, congrats, Bardic Lore. That's awesome.
Congrats, Bardic Lore.
Yeah, thank you, Arctic Nerd, for that really super generous
What's
donation.
Oh, okay. So we are.
All right,
On
we're
to
going to
the
go
horse's
into right
pony.
now. See you guys. Thank you all for being here.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Hit the done.
Now goodbye.
Almost goodbye.
We're leaving.
You're always so loud.